Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next session of the Lodge at Endsmeet. I almost forgot which campaign this was. This is not the Serasian Front. Okay. Before we get into the actual session, let's go ahead and give one of our players an opportunity to earn a point of inspiration, with which they can use to re-roll some silly roll about food or conversations or raccoons or anything like that. Any volunteers?
I got you. I'm good. I
All
got
right,
it.
Emily, go
I
for
got
it.
it. All right. Session 63. We open with Gideon having a really great conversation with Tana, where he was sort of kind of like doing a little bit of self-blame about kind of pointing, kind of thinking about how like I've been pointing all this stuff out to my friends because I don't really want to make a decision about it. I didn't want there to be a group consensus, but like I pointed it out, and then I pointed out the nymph, and then most of us got blinded, and then I pointed out the like hobgoblin, the strange stuff in the trees, and then we had a fight about it, and like he's feeling kind of a big way, and he has a really good conversation where Tana is sort of like, well, it's not actually all your responsibility, and also she comments that he has the quote burden of some enthusiastic energetic teammates, which was very dry and excellent. And so that was really good. That was a really good conversation. Tana also warned Gideon that the hobgoblin situation, they were probably likely to demand restitution soon, but like maybe in the form of like they could siege the town, but it could also be in the form of a duel, which kind of like
Foreshadowing.
yeah, foreshadowing, but was also kind of a nice sort of nod to us as players, as like, oh, this could resolve in like a one-on-one fight instead of like a giant battle, which is what I
Guys,
think a lot
please don't attack them as soon as they arrive.
yeah, right. Um, and then Artie, let's see. So Artie kind of came into the house and started to build, like Nat 20'd his roll on Claudia's new eye, and had a wonderful interaction. Had a little interaction with Tana where he was like, "Hey, can I pay you to identify some of the stuff?" And we ended up getting, and this is all the stuff from the like hobgoblins. And we ended up with a compass of vengeance that points to the creature that the person attuned hates the most, which is great. We got a staff of charming, which is kind of twisted the knife about like, oh, they maybe were diplomatic. They maybe were diplomatic because it's all kind of like diplomatic
It just
spells.
implies that they are going to
Yeah,
manipulate
charm
it.
person, command, comprehend languages. There was a like crystalline arcane focus and an elixir of health, which is basically like lesser restoration, but for like multiple things at once. Um, Tess had a little convo with Claudia about kind of like how in that last battle a lot of her identities were in conflict, about like her kind of like her vampire side and her lichen side were kind of warring with each other. And Claudia kind of revealed that Tallow actually like helped her out on that saving throw that she had to make to kind of like cool it and rein it in after she'd been mortally, like nearly mortally wounded. And so Jamino was sort of talking about it might be smart to try to amplify the part, like consciously try to meditate on and amplify the parts of yourself that you want to change and you want to like the transformations that you want to lean into, because otherwise they might happen without your consent. And Tess kind of reminded her that like she gets to choose who she is. Um, After which, Claudia had a really interesting conversation with Tallow, who told her a little bit about the myth of Nyx and how Nyx, the kind of vampire goddess, used to be just a mortal woman that kind of saw the violence in her own, like human people, because a disease had afflicted her family that like made everyone assume that they were turning into monsters, and they like flayed their flesh away. But like in fact, Nyx was sort of like, oh my god, the people are the monsters, and this is kind of like what made her into a vampire ultimately. And they had this conversation where he kind of suggested that like Claudia, like he recognizes kind of himself in that idea, and that without Claudia's help, he wouldn't really get to still be something. And told her that he respected her, which was not something that Claudia was like anticipating, and I think it got her maybe thinking about Tallow in maybe a little bit of a different way. Very interesting for Claudia, considering her whole history with vampires. Velen also had a great conversation with Nazik, over kind of like in the last session, Artie had sort of like blown into the shop and picked up a bunch of Vanacite and picked up the eye and like spilled the beans about Velen like nearly dying. And so Velen was sort of like, hey, please don't feel guilty about sending us there. Like, you know, here's what happened, but it wasn't your fault. But also, we want to go back there. It's like really important to me to rescue this bard. And Zeke did feel a little bit bad for not giving her an easier job, but also talked about how he was confident in us because we like took down a beholder, and he sort of like feels that this is something that we could have done. And she's like, it is something we can do, and we're going to prepare better next time. And I don't actually remember what the resolution for this was, but it seemed like Velen really wanted to sort of like enchant one of her instruments, and she kind of like was leaning toward her panpipes to try to prepare better next time, to maybe get a better handle on like shaping the magic of that place. And so I don't remember if Nazik actually like held on to the panpipes to enchant them, but there's sort of like
Let me help
there's like
you.
a question mark there.
He was going to reach out to the Bardic College to see if they could, to see what could be, see if there's any possibility of renting or borrowing a legendary instrument.
Oh, that's what it was.
Because-
That's what it was. It was literally there, and I think I just kind of like wasn't paying attention.
It's cool because that conversation did start with Velen being like, "Here is every instrument I own. Can we do anything?"
Yeah. Okay, I will put that in my notes so I have it. They're gonna maybe rent an instrument from the Bardic College. That would be very cool. And then yeah, it would be very cool. And then Tess went to go help Vera at the Wax and Claw because she wanted to be useful and wasn't feeling very useful. And kind of like as she was lacquering stuff, kind of like went back to her base changeling form and had a brief talk with Vera, who gave her some sugar cane and kind of jokingly was sort of like jokingly sort of was like, hey, do you want to be a lycanthrope? And Tess was like, I actually will genuinely consider it because she's a cleric of change. And Thomas, meanwhile, like showed up on the steps, and he and Gideon were just kind of like waiting, sort of tensely, for Claudia to come back. And when Claudia does, he offered her some black mead made from honey, and they like went and drank some of it. And Artie left instructions on the eye to sort of the instruction sheet. He left this a great note that was like, "Put eye in head," basically. And so she did that, and now terrifyingly can detect fears, like see through shadows and detect fears. So that's not creepy and awful. And she detected like a burning building sort of sensation when she looked at Thomas. Hope everyone has thought about their fears, because I certainly have been.
I'm gonna know them.
And then Artie went to visit Nazik and got like a new like spell book. He's like really leaning into sort of like the wizard stuff. And in that spell book was this like celestial ritual that was like associated with the spell book, and Artie just like ran home and immediately did it, and ended up in Arcadia, where he saw this elk, this like bluish elk that was an avatar of Magos, and kind of learned that he had the strength to access the weave the whole time, but he wasn't confident about it, so he's always been like hiding behind his contraptions. And so he cast Thunderwave a bunch of times, and then it like turned into like lightning, and he was a full wizard, and now he's like an elementalist that does lightning stuff, which is amazing and chaotic, and I love it. And he also, in a big moment, already had like a lot of big moments of growth this past session. He gave the Anthalar to the Avatar of Magos, who like immediately destroyed it and was pleased. And now Artie has a bluish tint to his hair, which is awesome. Everyone was excited, and Tess suggests that like, hey, maybe today is actually your birthday because it's this like big moment of change and you get to choose. And Velen immediately figured out that he's like a lightning guy now. And Tana gave him the advice to not prepare one type of spell, but we also kind of quickly learned that utility spells are a little bit complicated for an elementalist wizard. Claudia also had a really interesting conversation with Thomas about her visions of like shadow creatures, and Thomas called it the Old Hunt, which represents kind of like that sort of bestial instinct to chase, and this legend among lycanthropes that sort of like there used to be some old god that like no one remembers their name anymore, but it's been sort of scattered across. That old hunt kind of is scattered across all the lycanthropes, and so it means that you're never alone, but also like if you go go down to 0 HP or you get hit with silver or something like that, that's the instinct that kind of like makes it feel like it's a curse. And he kind of talked a little bit about how some of Raynor's old people like really were kind of buying into the hunt, which is like can make you really savage and terrifying, but also is very scary because you're not really all the way yourself. Meanwhile, Tess kind of like was really at a remove from a lot of people much of the time for a lot of the session as she like processed some stuff, and so she went upstairs and cast Commune. And they were not like it because it was yes or no questions. They were actually useful to Tess because it helped her let go of some of the stuff that she's like thinking about. But she asked basically like, do you know why the Seventh Trellis people are going after the Gledolac? And like, yes, there is a reason, but we don't like it's yes or no questions, so Tess doesn't get to know it. Like it is apparently like she learned that like it is somehow within her power to find this person, which is useful to Tess because she feels overwhelmed about that. And then she asked if someone is trying to summon something with stones. The answer is no. So that's still it's not a lot of information, but it's still information. And after that, Tess went to visit Artie, who was panting around in a fog cloud made of lightning. And this is how they learned that even his message cantrips inflict damage. And he was at half health, and she miraculously managed to cast sleep on him and knock him out for the rest of the night. So he was not exhausted the next day, which was good because when the hobgoblins showed up, it became clear that they wanted to duel Artie. So it's a good thing that he wasn't exhausted. Tess cast Death Ward on him, and Velen was an excellent face and sort of like negotiated what the duel was going to be like. Gideon learned that this guy, the champion that they picked, was resistant to fire and psychic and immune to charmed or frightened. And the duel essentially like was going to settle their honor essentially and mean that the hobgoblins didn't need to like come and attack. And we kind of let it be. Tess let them know that like, hey, I did cast a ward on my brother, and they were like, cool. The breaking of the ward will be sort of the end of the fight. And Velen wrote a badass song about Korthak the Ironblood and Artie, Lord of the Lightning. The fight was epic, and Artie made it out by the skin of his teeth. And like teleported and like flew around and cast a couple of Rotherham psychic lamps and a couple of a bunch of magic missiles, and he won with 1 HP. It was amazing. And then Velen like sang her ballad song, which I still can't believe that you wrote like while the battle was in progress. Sal, I'm so impressed with you. And then we learned some stuff about goblin culture when the leader healed Korthak first and then decapitated him, which was fucking brutal. Yeah, right. So we are now at the end of that battle with Artie having just been healed twice. They've just been given like high-level cure wounds twice by Tess.
It's like 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It is a
7
brand new day.
He has like 2 spell slots.
Well done, Emily. You've earned a point of inspiration as we get right into the launch at Endsmeet. As Artie, you're barely alive.
I
No,
have
he has
49
40.
hit points right
He has
now.
49 hit
Oh, okay.
points
You're
HP now.
looking. You're fine.
I sank a bunch of hit points into him.
I'm fucking drained.
Oh, that was epic. That was epic. Oh, one other thing for us to remember, though, out of character, y'all. We do not have any more diamonds. There are no more diamonds in Endsmeet, so we all gotta be real fucking careful.
We're doomed.
Please and thank you.
As the hobgoblins have
exciting.
turned. Oh, go ahead.
That was all I wanted to say.
That was exciting.
As the hobgoblins have turned and left, peering over the watchtower at the end of the road, Shelby Mightrick leans over and says, "Boy, you barely made it out of that one."
Holy I thought I was gonna die. You know, hindsight, I probably shouldn't have flew up so high.
In hindsight, you should quit shocking the shit out of yourself.
Yeah, I kind of don't have a say in that. I'm a little new to this.
Yeah, this is.
Shelby
this
gives you a
happened
weird
last
look.
night. This happened last night. He's a full wizard now.
Yeah, I don't know how all these frail wizards can stay alive for so long when they just take so much damage from their own spells.
From
I don't
behind
think
you,
that's
you hear
true.
Tawna say, "False life."
Oh, yeah, that probably damages me too.
It would.
Maybe we can figure out some way to make lightning hurt you less?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt me as much as it hurts you guys, but
We could talk to Nazik.
Echo, can I quarter? Like a resistance on does resistance is stack?
No,
Okay,
you can go
I
from
wonder-
resistance to immunity, but that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it works that way, but we can try.
Well, regardless, you were still very formidable, and it was epic and exciting, and you have a whole song written about you. Tess smiles at Bellin.
Yeah, I'll write out a copy for you and we can put it somewhere. I don't know.
Hobgoblins ain't gonna fuck with me no more. Show
Oh
him who's a
no,
real
he didn't
gobbo.
learn his lesson.
You know. Why'd I give him their little compass back?
It's not every day I get to witness a duel to the death and mark it in song. So thanks for that, Artie.
Hey, Artie, I actually have something really quick.
Yeah.
She's gonna like lean down and scoop him up, give him a really tight hug, like the kind where you have a stress reliever and they kind of go like all their bits go beep boop. And she just says,
I didn't thank you for making my eye. So thank you.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Did you follow the instructions to a T?
Yeah, I put it in my head. I just wanted
Yep.
to know how much I owed you.
Perfect. I don't know. What do you mean? One favor.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I actually have another kind of side question.
Uh-huh.
Why does it make me see fire?
Oh, yeah, you can see like the nightmares of people and shit, and it's kind of
What?
demonic. I don't know. You had a vibe going. I thought it'd match. You know, it's made from a nightmare opal.
can I look into Artie's eyes?
Sure.
Can I see his fingers?
Artie,
Hmm.
what is your worst nightmare?
You would probably see all of you guys and Riggs and everybody around him laying on the ground dead. Massacred, and him still alive.
It's a good one. I mean, a terrible
Is that
one,
like
you know what
a
I mean?
vision that
You just
occurs
get
to
a glimpse.
Claudia?
It's like an image that pops into your head. You see, like from Artie's perspective, like this visage of like a red bloody sky, and you and all of your allies dead on the ground.
Should have been a
Aw.
horse. That should have been a picture.
And there's a horse just running right at you.
A horse killed all of my
Joey
friends.
is like looming in the background.
Claudia, when she sees that vision, she will squeeze Artie a little tighter and say,
We're not going anywhere.
I mean, I would like to go home or something to rest, but we can stay
yeah.
here, I guess. Yeah.
she'll
It's
put
like-
it down.
It's kind of snowing.
Hey, Gideon,
Yeah.
the instant you open your mouth to say something, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit! What is happening?
I don't know. Come on, old man. Let's do it over here, where I know what I'm doing.
Ooh, my Grimoire gets me an extra spell slot on Arcane Recovery.
16?
Ooh, that's fun.
With a 16, Gideon,
Hmm?
you kind of get this feeling as you say something, as though your voice almost like echoes back to you. As if you're speaking into a small room. Everyone hears you.
They all hear that weird effect too?
Nope.
You just kind of start talking and then I guess stop.
Yeah.
What's up? Do you see something?
Did you... I'm hearing things, I guess.
What
That's
do
all
you?
Gideon says for the moment.
What things are you hearing?
Oh, just a funny echo on my voice.
He's always funny.
Right. I am well known for being a funny guy. Yeah.
That is true. You are very witty.
Am I still hearing it as I keep talking? Echo?
Yep. Doesn't go away. It's very
He's
subtle.
losing his hearing.
You hear a light.
I'm gonna. Gideon just looks at Tess, and as they're talking, he makes a very subtle gesture of like a chop at his throat, like a let it go, like a let's drop it.
Okay.
Do we go inside? We're just kind of
Yeah, it's
standing out in
cold.
the snow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
go.
cold. Artie, I'm gonna put you down. Go back in your shop and rest. I'm gonna go tell Targon, and Selite that the hobgoblin threat isn't an issue anymore.
Tell them I won.
I
You-
walk away from the group a little bit.
Okay.
I'll have to perform that song sometime, I guess.
I was gonna say, Velen, do you want to come with me and just sing your song for Slight?
I mean, it's not
Aw.
Let me update
Very
you in song.
informational.
I don't know. It could be fun.
She'd
People
probably
deserve
like
to have
that.
some fun. She might like it.
Everybody likes music.
I'm sure that Selite will be really happy if we all start making all of our reports in verse.
All right, I'm happy. I'll report and I'll let her know that if she wants to hear your awesome song.
Just a
she
small
can-
town bard.
Are the rest of us going to go, I suppose, wait at our house? Minus someone? Gideon?
Yeah.
Are you like walking away or just separating yourself a distance?
Gideon looks like he's getting out of conversational earshot of you.
Mhm. Well, she picked up that something weird is happening, so she's not going to push that.
You gotta leave him alone. I get it.
Ryan, you want to come back to the house with me and chill?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
it's-
let's grab a beer. Get a bottle of whiskey, actually.
I got some mellow
Yeah.
thistle from the general store. That might
Fuck
slow you down.
yeah. Let's
Isn't
do
like-
it.
That's a great idea.
Isn't it like morning still?
Who are you to judge?
Yeah, Jesus.
That was an out of character question.
I've seen you hit the sauce pretty early.
I don't think you have.
It's like 8 in the morning, yeah.
Yeah, you're thinking of me. You're thinking of me.
Yeah.
Artie.
Jesus. I go
If I
home.
look down where I had that mark on my hand before, the infernal mark, is there
Mhm.
anything there?
No,
It's back? Oh, okay.
nothing's there.
Tess is gonna go trudge off in the direction of Selite's little
Okay.
place.
You trudge.
Velen will actually tag along.
You trudge with company.
Trumpany.
I have company.
Kind of capering. She's very,
Love it.
she's very pleased with herself.
Okay.
It is there. Tess is smiling.
What is Claudia doing?
Going back with the two stoners, I guess.
Okay.
She doesn't have a lot to contribute at the moment.
So Gideon, as you've kind of separated yourself from everybody,
Mhm. Yeah, can I hear anything as they after they walk away?
as they walk away, you hear the soft crunch of their footprints in the snowy road, which disappears into the distance, and for a while, you just stop and you listen. And as you're listening, you focus on the world around you. Not long until all you really hear is your own breath as it slowly pulls in and out of your lungs. You become more and more keenly aware of the crisp air. And as you're,
Accidentally meditating.
yeah, kinda. And as you're thinking, about what's around you and what you hear and what you sense. You can swear you hear a whisper. It doesn't seem to be coming from anywhere in particular. At least, there's no sense of direction. And the whisper is so quiet, you cannot tell what is being said. But you don't think it's much, and you're pretty sure it is saying the same thing. Again and again. Why don't you roll me a perception check?
Oh, okay. Come on, old man.
You got this.
Am I in the woods? No, just kidding.
That's a good roll.
No, it's not. I mean, it's okay.
It's a good outcome.
A 19.
Yes, sure.
Hold on.
Your tinnitus comes back.
Plus 12.
Okay. As you try and focus on this whisper, it's so quiet. It's a susurrus that you just cannot lock onto. And as you focus on it harder and harder and concentrate, there's a moment where the wind dies down and you hear the whisper only one time. How could you forget me?
Oh my god. Gideon just stands there looking like somebody just stuck him through his chest with something.
After you finally hear it, you don't hear it again.
Oh man. Gideon's gonna take off down the road a little bit.
Okay?
Just full old man sprinting.
He's not sprinting at all.
Oh. Sad loping.
Where are you going?
Mhm. Just outside of town for a little bit. He doesn't feel like he can face anybody right now.
Mm.
Just taking a walk.
Okay. Do you have something you want to ruminate, or shall I switch to somebody
Yeah,
else?
I mean, he's obviously thinking
Okay.
about his niece that he has not yet found. I don't know. I assume he couldn't really recognize the voice, right? It was just
too
a
quiet.
whisper. Mhm. He's just racking his brain for any magic or any type of monstrosity he can think of that would like enable that kind of communication. How did I hear this?
Roll an Arcana?
Oh boy. Okay, yeah, he should be asking somebody, but we're not gonna be doing that. Pretty good roll, actually. 19?
Oh, you're not proficient in Arcana. Oh,
Oh,
man.
nope.
With a 19, without training,
Yeah.
you have seen your friends perform magical spells of arcane nature. You've seen natural magics. You've seen otherworldly creatures bend time and space to make bizarre things happen. What you know, Gideon, is that anything is possible.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's just walking for a while, and he will stop and say out loud, I didn't forget you. I just didn't know where else to look.
I didn't forget you either.
What the fuck?
Next to you, off the road, is a tall, black-haired man with green eyes, a green coat, and his
Ugh.
arms folded.
Wait, his name's Teriax, right?
Yeah.
Fucking dragon.
How to anger your players 101.
Was that... Did you just send me some kind of message?
No. Why would I do that?
I don't know. Why are you standing in the woods outside of town?
I'm hunting.
See. What are you hunting?
Meat. Should any happen by.
Well, good luck with that.
Mm-hmm. Off you go, Ranger.
You're being shooed.
Gideon narrows his eyes, but he leaves. But not because he got told to. He was doing his own thing. Don't tell anybody he was mad. I'm just kidding. Kind of gives him the stink eye. Keeps walking.
Roll me a perception check before you go.
Okay,
Takes
okay.
your wallet.
Please.
I'll
Yes.
take my wallet.
That's
That's
fucking dragon.
28.
Jesus.
Hell
He's
yeah,
on his guard with
Gideon.
a freaking green dragon out here.
There is an indentation in the snow near him that seems strange to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
Like something was standing by him, or?
It doesn't look like footprints. It looks like something scraped across the snow very subtly. There's just a small... What's the word I'm looking for?
I'm thinking of Velen's cloak now, and the tracks it made in the snow.
No, it's not quite like that. It's almost the sort of, like a single stroke of a branch through the snow.
Alright.
Very light, very subtle. You only catch it from the light shining through it.
Alright. I will keep on moseying out of sight, and then sneak into the woods and double back to try and spy on him.
Yeah, don't get eat.
Okay. Roll stealth.
I'm just curious.
Don't
Curious
forget you
little
have an
kitten.
invisibility
Bro.
cloak.
Oh,
That's
I
true.
do have an
You do.
invisibility cloak. I'm gonna use it.
He's
Gonna
a
use it.
dragon, though.
That's okay.
Anyways, I might have true sight.
He's invisible. He's got an artificer's cloak.
Cha.
Aw. Where is that thing? I'm gonna cast it. Invisibility.
Okay, you're invisible. Roll me stealth.
Invisible. Well, if anyone was gonna sneak up on the dragon, it might as well be the ranger rogue.
Oh, that's pretty good, y'all.
Ooh, you could crit it.
28. Don't waste inspiration turning that into a crit.
That's what I do.
Do you? It doesn't. It's not combat. This isn't.
I was like, I don't think it even does anything.
Super.
Anyway,
well
I rolled a
hidden.
28 stealth.
Okay. Roll investigation.
Oh boy, that's not as good. Okay.
You're trying to make heads or tails of what you're seeing.
I am. Okay.
What are you seeing?
That's not good.
Just remember an
Do I?
inspiration if I need to.
I don't have.
That's
inspiration.
intimidation, ma'am.
Oh,
It's
well,
still a +1, isn't it?
yeah, it's the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do
I
you
got
want
one
an
inspo
inspo?
if you want it.
Sure,
I
I'll
have
take one.
so much.
Reroll.
This is
Yeah,
something.
let me do it. Let me do it, man. I've got 9 to burn.
I
This
mean,
should-
love
It's a +1, so it's probably not going to be much better, but
Not with
Is
that
it
attitude.
better?
Natural 20.
It's worth trying, I think. It's worth trying.
12.
It is better.
Yeah, it is better, technically.
Okay.
Uh,
As you walk away, and then invisibly and silently, somehow in the snow, sneak up behind Turiax. How long do you wait? How long do you watch?
oh man, you know no
Like
idea how
half
much
an
I don't
hour.
want to. I don't want to think about what I just heard, so I'm gonna watch him for a while.
Okay. He stands there for 20 minutes. He's looking up and down the road.
Meat.
For something.
Mm-hmm.
He then hefts something off the ground that is invisible. You can't tell what it is. And as he hefts it, he changes shape into a huge green
wagon.
dragon.
Oof.
And he flies away.
All right. Huh. Well, that was a diversion.
He's selling weed to teenagers.
Yeah.
But they didn't
Invisible,
Enter
invisible baggies.
now.
show.
All right. He will trudge back towards town. So I can flip to
Sus.
somebody else. Yeah. See what everybody else is
Sus.
up to.
Sure. What is everybody else up to? Emily, you are going to Selite and Targon. So
Velen is
that's
cavorting
yeah.
beside. Velen is cavorting.
Let's
While
handle
we
that.
are on our way there, Tess will be watching the cavorting. And will kind of casually, offhandedly say, so you talked to Nazik?
Yep.
He's cool with not that we didn't finish the mission for right now.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Already
I
had
mean,
me worried talking about stuff.
Well, Artie went and told Nazik that I was dead and stuff, so he wasn't. I mean, I don't think. Look,
That tracks.
Nazik
Not his
isn't
information
gonna
to share,
like.
really, but that tracks.
Nazik isn't gonna be mad at us for not finishing a mission. I mean, he gave it to us because we were looking for work, not because he was desperate for somebody to go find this wand.
Yeah, I thought so too.
And he thought we could handle it. I mean, we thought we could handle it. So
I don't think. I was less worried that Nazik would be mad at us.
he didn't feel great about it, no. But
Well, especially given what happened to you.
I'm fine. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, he wasn't happy about that. But look, I told him, and I mean this, I that's unfinished business for me. I want to go back. I want to go back with a plan. and he's
We're gonna.
you know. I asked him about magic instruments, and he's reaching out to some contacts to see if there's folks at the Bardic College at the Seven Sisters who could help us.
That'll be a boost. I like that.
Yeah. It didn't even occur to me, honestly, but I sort of my education in this was not formal, should I say. So didn't really occur to me.
Hey, I know a thing or two about that.
Well, you're in the family business.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess you could say that. But given how hard I fought it,
Oh wow, yeah, I can relate to that.
Cal was my main teacher. You can maybe imagine it wasn't the formalist of trainings.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Anyway, you got your chance to sing to Slide if you want to. She kind of pushes open the door.
The light
Hey,
is immediately inside the door in front of the massive cork billboard that is right in the End's watch. And as the door opens, she turns around. Hello?
hey, good news. Good news. Duel settled. Hobgoblins aren't going to come after us.
That is good news. How is our champion?
Alive.
He's alive and he survived. And Velen wrote an epic duel, an epic ballad about it.
I did.
Yeah.
That does sound like a very bardly thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I thought that showing honor to the combatants would be a good way to kind of give the hobgoblins an olive branch and make us look slightly less like, I don't know, whatever it is that we are.
It makes us look hospitable.
Good thinking. I'm
It
glad to hear that
was
Artie succeeded, at least in not dying.
It was
I
a
think
close fight, and the hops executed their guy after the finish, which
yeah, that was rough.
I can't say it was a total shock, but it's still kind of a sucker punch to the gut, honestly.
Yeah.
But that's their thing. It's not,
Indeed.
The main thing is that Artie didn't get executed.
Yes. And they said that we could, negotiate on an even footing from here, which I also think is important.
Honor's been restored on all sides, etc.
That is good news. The order to stay within 1 mile of the town still maintains. I do not want to lose any of our rangers, whether they be the ranger or any of the rest of you.
I have a question, Slight. Do you have any, other than Toriax's having hung out here for the past month or so, did you have any dealings with either of the Green Dragons before? Do you have any advice about what we should do about this?
No, we stay away from them. Green dragons are notorious for being manipulative, dangerous, and, by reputation, despising mortal beings, and only seeing them as pawns or tools to use.
Well, now that we're on relatively even footing with the goblins, and they seem to have been either betrayed by him or maybe it was unclear with our conversation with them, considering how that went. But based on the little that we were able to glean, it did seem that maybe they were at one moment allied with him and then they were betrayed or something. Either way, they clearly don't like him. So that's something to maybe use to our advantage at some point.
One can hardly wonder why.
At this point, I feel better about allying with the hobgoblins now that they don't hate us quite as much.
Can you trust them?
I think we
I
can
think I
trust them
trust them more than
to...
the Green Dragon.
Well, I
But
trust anything more than I trust a green dragon. I think we can trust them to hold to their own code. I don't know that. I don't know that that trust would go any further than that. But if they make an agreement, I think they'll abide by it.
they, at least we know, will be honorable. I'm pretty sure that Turiax won't be.
Right. Well, there's not much we can do right now, but wait and see.
Yeah.
Please be careful.
We sure will. But hey, good news. It's good to have good news.
So careful. Such just caution. That's us all over.
Yes, I'm very convinced.
We'll at least try, right? Okay. Let's sorry. Shall we to
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Light.
Mm-hmm.
We proceed to Targon's, but if you want to cut to Claudia and
Yeah.
Artie.
Claudia, Artie, and Rhinan, you all return to number 3, Walker Way. What do you all do?
That's some good shit. This is just what I needed.
Yeah, it takes the edge off.
Arcane recovery and a little herbal recovery.
God.
Just the spot.
Is this the Artie Stoner arc?
Yeah, you know what I think we could do, Rhinan? I
Hmm.
think I know how to save Riggs without even having to go anywhere. I got a new spell,
Oh?
and I can make a little lightning elemental, and he opens a chest, and I could just put in like a featherfall scroll, and it just delivers it to Riggs, and he could just jump off.
Nice.
No shit.
Can he use a scroll? Does it work like that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if
Oh,
I can
fuck
use
yeah.
a scroll, he can.
Ah, fuck yeah. Maybe I give him an invisibility one too. I just give him a bunch of scrolls. I gotta give him a fly one. Why featherfall when you could fly, you
How
know?
much
The last
can
10
you
minutes.
send him?
I got like a 3-foot chest worth of contents.
I got an idea.
What did you want to give him?
Just a bunch of dumb shit.
Yeah. Nothing useful.
Nothing at all, just like,
You want to do it right now?
if you can you?
Yeah, hell yeah, I can.
Hang on, let me find some garbage.
Okay, okay.
You could get him in trouble, Artie. It's gonna make noise.
Gonna give him a smoke bomb, and I'm gonna give him a fucking coagulated vial of werewolf blood. It's been in there for so long.
It's like thick.
Yeah,
Stinks, probably.
maybe some ball bearings and a mushroom.
Rhinan comes back with a moldy wooden bucket that's full of like little bits of burned charcoal, a ruined animal pelt, like a really bent out of shape soup ladle, a wooden toy sword that is like cracked down the middle, and a spell scroll of True Strike.
Nice.
Oh, useless.
I'm absolutely useless. Yeah, I'm gonna put in the werewolf vial. I'm gonna put in the mushroom. Just like 2 ball bearings out of my 1,000.
2 ball bearings. Okay.
Yeah. And so I grab my little wizard book. Thank God I used Arcane Recovery, or else I wouldn't be able to use this right now.
Yeah, this is good use of our time.
I take out my little spell sook and I like wave my little staff around and smack it on the book, and I do the purple component. And Artie, Speedy Courier. Little lightning elemental pops out next to me.
Yeah.
Barking a little bit. He opens the chest. We put it all in. This is going to my brother Riggs.
The lightning elemental like looks down at the chest as you put all the shit in it, and as you close it, it just picks up the chest and disappears.
Nice.
You cast Galder's Speedy Courier for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Goes just making sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Riggs is dead.
Because you said
Oh,
him
man.
garbage. Not
Hold on
even
a minute.
spell scrolls.
There's a spell scroll in there. It's just useless.
So, little 8 a.m. smoke session. Says, if is proofed against magical detection or location, the contents reappear on the ground at my feet.
How long does it last?
10 minutes.
Okay.
Or until he opens the chest, I guess.
Yeah, until he empties it, basically.
Yeah.
All right, so
I'm hoping it,
yeah, yeah.
it goes
what
in the barrel with him.
what happens is after maybe like 10 seconds, the elemental reappears with the chest and just puts it on the ground and looks at you and just shakes its head.
It was one of two things. He's either magically protected or he's not on this plane.
The elemental shakes his head again.
I said two things, buddy. I don't know what that means.
The elemental holds up 3 lightning fingers.
3? What is 3? I gave you more than 3
Third
things.
option?
The lightning elemental says,
Is he dead?
the elemental shakes his head.
Okay.
Really didn't want your shit.
He didn't want it. Oh, he didn't want it.
Delivery
Ah. Did he take the spell scroll at least?
The elemental shakes his head.
Oh, fuck. Alright. Alright, let me get that shit back.
You open the chest and all of it's still in there.
Alright, we'll take it back. Okay. That's some good shit. I should keep this werewolf blood.
Did you spend a 5th level spell slot for that?
That's a 4th.
Rhina next to
Oh.
you says, you didn't understand him?
Wow, what'd he say?
He said, Riggs said, get the fuck out of here. You're too loud. Ah!
Oh, shit. He should be fine, right?
Probably.
Smoke a little mellow this little. He doesn't make a lot of noise, you know? Little
Oh,
buddy's
man.
just a little bit of lightning. Incarnated as an elemental. He's small. He's small, though. You know?
I think maybe it's the problem is the chest rattles a lot because it was full of ball bearings and garbage.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I didn't think that one through.
No.
He should be fine.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I definitely can't do that again, though.
Okay.
Until, like, tomorrow.
Maybe, yeah. I'll see if
I'll
I
do
can
it tomorrow.
find some quieter garbage.
Yeah. Alright, nice. Here, let me hit that. You're achieving.
Okay.
Ah,
He just hands it to you. The elemental's just like looking at you.
Oh,
'Cause it's 10 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of pass it to him too. Give him a little, blow him a little shotty.
The elemental doesn't have a mouth and looks at it, puts it
Elemental,
to
what's
its
your-
body, and it begins to burn like as lightning is scorching the end of it. And then
Shit.
looks at it again and drops it just on the ground.
Okay, nice. He got a hit. Gotta share with the homies.
The elemental just stands there for the remaining 9 minutes until
Yeah.
it finally just disappears.
Oh shit! I forgot he was there. Wonder what that crackling noise was. I thought it was just me.
Basic.
Maybe the guy needed a break. That's fine, you know?
You know, yeah, we gave it to him. A little smoke
Alright.
break.
Hey, Claudia, you got any more of that black bullshit stuff?
no.
Okay.
Drank it all in my sorrow.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, let me see if I can find some more. And Ryan just leaves.
Bye.
Artie's super slump on the couch, where he's pretty much laying down with his head like cocked up.
Yeah, you're stoned.
he's-
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna jump back to Gideon. What you doing?
Okay, hello. Oh
Sorry.
my god.
Excuse me.
Going back into town and looking for. He's gonna go to the temple.
You would happen to run into Tess and Velen on their way there.
Oh, they're going to the temple?
They are.
Okay. That's fine. Hello.
We're gonna tell Targon. Tess, it is now Tess's turn. She's not like like
You're
she's
cutting
standing
out.
up. Oh no! She's standing up a little straighter and seems excited. She is excited to have good news to tell Targon.
Mm.
Okay. You all kind of arrive at the same time. The Temple to Pyrrhus is open, as it always is, especially at this time of day. And it's not particularly busy.
Velen gives Gideon a shoulder bump without saying anything, but she's still stronger than she used to be, so she accidentally body checks him.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Solid hip
Gideon
check.
just rocks on his feet, but doesn't seem. Doesn't really react too much.
Okay. As you guys enter the temple, Targon is sweeping near the entrance, and he kind of leans on the broom and he says, "Oh, good.
Bright blessings. We've got good news.
The day smiles upon me. Oh,
Mhm.
good news. Okay.
Hobgoblins got their duel. Already survived, and actually, we seem to get their respect. So that problem is for now resolved.
That is good news.
Mhm.
Well done. That's one
Select
less.
the one everyone to stay close, but at it's a better situation than it was this morning. So
Thank the heavens for that.
Velen also wrote a really badass ballad that she'll sing at some point in the tavern or something.
I look forward to hearing it.
she may even be more excited about it than I am, and I didn't know that was possible.
Listen, it's very cool to have a bard around, and it's very cool to be part of a team where some epic shit was done. That's all.
I mean, if there's nothing worth writing a song about, it's epic shit. So. Well, Wildheart, what's on the roster for you today, aside from delivering me such heartening tales? Does our duelist require healing?
No, I got it. He's okay.
Good. Hey, Gideon. How you looking?
Broody.
Is that new?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Are you trying to hide it?
No. Like, he looks distracted.
Targon would say, "What is darkening your day, Gideon?"
I actually came here to ask if you knew what kind of person can cast the magic that lets you find someone. You know, if you're looking for somebody in particular.
I can do that.
You can do that?
Yeah, scrying. I just gotta focus for it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Can you do that for me?
Yeah, Gideon, you just need to ask. Yeah, 100%. I can happily.
All right. sorry to bother you then, Targon.
No worries. To answer your question, though, bards, clerics, druids, paladins, wizards,
Yeah.
rangers, eventually.
Okay, it looks dubious, but yeah.
You would know that locate creature is a spell you could eventually cast, but it's powerful for you.
Mhm.
It's not for a long time.
And it's not something I ever learned, but I theoretically could.
It's no small feat. Divination magic is always tricky.
Tess kind of
Tricky.
smiles.
So what do you need to find somebody with that?
With a powerful enough spell, such as locate creature, you just need to know their name, or what they look like, or something that might belong to them. Any of them is enough. However, locate creature specifically is a little limited. It cannot go farther than 1,000 feet.
Yeah. But the scry and that can cover a long distance, right?
Scry can go anywhere within the same plane.
Okay.
You got like a picture or something important to this person that you want me to look for?
I don't have a picture, but at the house I have a comb of hers.
Perfect possession.
Who is it you're looking for?
My niece, not River, her sister.
Oh.
Oh, sister.
How long have they been missing?
Shit.
Gideon just kind of stands there for a minute.
Gideon, I'm sorry.
Oh, what? You didn't do anything. They've been missing a while. You know, we found River here months ago.
I warn you, scry does not work if they are passed on.
Yep. Well, that'd be
Additionally,
an answer of its own.
well, it isn't, because scry also does not work if they are on another plane, and there's no way to tell the difference.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe a combination of magics, though.
I mean, I figure we can see if we can find her with the scry, right? And
I can
then
try to send something to her too. That could be helpful. That can go from other planes.
yeah.
And there are some things only the gods may know, but they might be persuaded to share.
Yeah, that's true.
We got options.
I mean, mine would probably have no clue, but we could ask Jamino.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend doubting your deity.
Oh, well, I'm not really. It's just not really his, thing.
I think it's more doubting that he would want to help without clear understanding why.
Totally help me. Mhm.
This is oddly
But
heretical sounding.
Yeah, you get used to that.
Look, this isn't about me. We're helping Gideon now.
Right.
That's not what you were doing when I showed up.
Yeah, but we did that thing.
Oh.
I was going to ask if you needed any help at the temple, but it seems like, fortunately, there's not a lot of folk here today. Which is
No, for once it's quiet. The only individual that is here is Darlene with a broken leg, and she's sleeping.
Darlene has a broken leg?
Yes.
What happened?
She jumped off the windmill.
Oh. Okay, well, so that's...
Honestly, I'm all over. That sounds great. I would totally have done that.
She's a
Everybody-
werewolf
Yeah,
too, so that must have been a
doesn't-
bad
yeah,
fall.
that doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me, but I'm glad that she's okay.
She's fine. A bit wounded to her pride, but she will be whole soon.
Was she goaded to it, or did she just do it for fun?
You'd have to ask her.
Mm.
I didn't get any straight answers out of her between the "ow, this hurts" and "it was too high."
Tess has this kind of sad moment where she reaches out to Druidcraft, like some flowers for her to leave for her, and she can't. The magic doesn't work. She doesn't have that cantrip anymore. So nothing appears in her hand, and she kind of closes it and looks sad for a second.
Are you alright? Did you forget something?
Velen totally misinterprets this and tries to give Tess a fist bump.
Tess kind of like laughs and fist bump. I don't know if I showed you. She'll take out a hue and kind of twirl it around in her finger.
That is an axe.
It's a special axe.
It is glowing, so I assume it is magical.
Yeah, this is a hue. Once belonged to a legendary half fae creature hero. We got it in a dungeon, and during that time my soul kind of aligned a little with his. So there's certain things I can't do anymore, and there's certain new things that I can do.
Well, with a new day is always the same suns, but they're never in the same place.
Yeah, Jamino's happy about it too.
Good. Let me know if I can be of any service as far as the search goes. I would be able to cast these necessary spells tomorrow.
Okay. We can try it. We can try it with my scry first. I have that prepared today. I was do something else with it.
Oh, I do not have a material component for scry, so I would be able to send if that was required.
That might be useful. Let's use. We'll use our own resources, and then we'll come to you if we need anything. Okay?
Noted. You'll know where to find me.
Always. Tess is gonna slide a platinum into the offering box.
Sorry, what did you just say?
Tess is giving an offering to
Right, what did you say you were putting in the offering?
A platinum.
That one.
Platinum. Hey, that makes way more sense than what
That
my ears
one.
heard. Let's move on.
Did your ear?
I swear to God, I heard condom and it made no sense.
No.
Targon would not have
Tess is
reacted the same way.
Tess
I have
doesn't
no
follow
explanation.
Sandra.
That's only an acceptable offering to Tindra.
Yeah.
May the light shine upon you as Targon resumes his sweeping.
And change resilience. Tess goes back.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, woo, yeah.
Okay. So, Gideon, you and Tess and Velen head back towards the house.
Yeah. I think so.
As you're making your way back, you do come across Rynan in the middle of the street. He's standing there looking at a tall bottle of a very dark brown liquid. And he's just looking at it.
You've been to Fortuna Station, huh?
Huh?
So you got some more of this honey mead Claudia was drinking last night.
What's that? Yeah, yes.
Ryan, are you drunk?
No.
What kind of
Insight
question is
check.
that?
Not yet.
He is high though.
Oh, he's high. That's right. Okay, that's a 24 for insight.
He's smoked mellow thistle recently and looks very relaxed.
Okay. All right, buddy. How about you come back with us to the...
Yeah, that's where we're going.
Tess is gonna pick him up.
Whoa.
Okay.
Carry him like a baby into the house because he's high.
Sure. All of you
Man.
reconvene at number 3 Walker Way. Artie, are you still on the couch?
Slump into the couch. just like doing a little electricity between his fingers.
In the middle of the floor, there is a long, burnt out mellow thistle cigarette. It is just... There's like a small scorch mark where it hit the ground, and there is... It's just sitting in the middle of the floor. Claudia, what are you doing when they get back?
She has been pruning the verdant sloth known as Winston.
Oh, so all these small, like, pink and purple and blue flowers, like, the petals are all just all over the place, and the flowers are coming off, like, whole.
She's filled a vase with flowers.
It smells amazing. It seems as though... What's his name again?
Winston.
It seems as though Winston is happy. Or at least content, as the smells he is emitting are pleasant indeed.
Cute.
Let me go ahead and move you guys to the map. The splash. Artie is not flying out the window. Okay. So, you guys
This
have...
is the chill the vibe has been in here in 100 years.
You guys can handle the rest of the day as you like, but if there are any spells cast or any preparations or anything, I need to know what they are.
Tess will look at Gideon and say, is there a place you want to do this? Do you want to go outside? Do you want to go to your room? Stay here?
Let's maybe just move away from the burnouts.
Okay, Tess is gonna ruffle Artie's hair. Glad you're feeling good, good friend.
Yeah. I was just trying to extend the lightning with his fingers.
Very, very impressive.
Gideon will go fetch the memento that he took from his
Excellent.
brother's home when he first started looking for his nieces.
Okay.
Tess is also gonna pick up the communicrystal mirror because she doesn't have sending today, but they do communicate. And she's gonna kind of go a little over to the side wherever she and Gideon come. And she's gonna say, do you want to try sending first? Do you want to try scrying first?
Let's try scrying first.
Okay. Tess will kneel and will take out her scrying focus, which actually is a lightning bomb. Kind of even more poignant.
That's funny.
Because
I
especially
came from Marty too.
Yes, because Gideon got it for her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it came from Marty. Never mind.
And she will kind of hold her holy symbol and focus on it. And I think that her eyes flashed like rapidly the 3-eye color of Jamino, and then kind of like a rainbow appears on her head, and then in the bottle. And I think what happens is that, like, it's kind of like the perspective kind of like camera zooms such that Tess is like looking into the bottle of lightning, and this is where the the scrying kind of like appears in this like kind of rainbowy lightning dance that kind of congeals into whatever it is that she sees or doesn't see.
Okay. Gideon.
Mm.
I need you to roll me a D100.
Oh, okay.
There's not like a saving throw or anything?
No. This is
Don't you worry.
36.
Good year.
Good year.
As you
What's a good year?
1936.
look into the bottle,
No, 36. Sorry.
it's as though a storm is raging out of the bottle, as if these tendrils of the contained lightning are reaching out. There is no vision.
Hmm. Tess looks for like 10 seconds to make sure, like kind of concentrates, and then looks up at Gideon and shakes her head. I don't know if it's a plane thing or what,
Yeah.
but I don't see anything in here.
Hmm. Well,
You want to try sending next?
yeah, might as well.
I can do it, but with the I don't have it today. With the communicrystal, do it, and it might be better for you if she's here to hear your
All
own
right.
voice.
Yeah, I can use a crystal.
I think it takes. Is it that it takes an hour to unattune from something,
Yes.
and then you
Mhm.
attune automatically? Okay, so it'll take a little bit to
Okay.
get attuned to the crystal.
All right,
but
I'll think about what I'm gonna say.
yeah. So you have an hour to unattune, and my thought, stay attuned to the crystal. Like we've got time today anyway.
Yeah.
You can unattune from something and then
Okay.
reattune to something.
Gideon gets a
While
pencil.
while he's doing that, I just realized that because we leveled up, I actually have 2 5th level scrying slots. So Tess is going to keep looking at her bottle and is going to try to scry. I don't know if it's going to work because it could be on another plane, but she's going to try to scry on her coin. And she is absolutely not telling anyone. She's just looking at the bottle, not making it clear that she's trying to cast magic again.
On the
But that's
soul
what
coin,
Yes.
the soul stone,
The soul
as
stone.
you... Okay.
And she will get something of her dad's. She has his boots, so that she wears all the time.
Okay. Let me read the scry spell. Hold on. Okay. Roll me a spellcasting check.
Okay.
Because you are tweaking the spell to do something it is not designed to do.
23.
23. Okay. You are focusing on the soul stone. You've never seen the soul stone before, but you know what it is. You are concentrating on the essence of your father, whose soul is within. And as you do focus on that, roll me a D100.
There's a chance.
Just peeking in on the afterlife.
As you look through the vision of the bottle, At first, it feels much like what you just experienced as you searched for Gideon's niece. And then an image coalesces in front of you. As if pulled out of the storm clouds within the bottle, you see there is... It's like looking through a perfectly circular window. And as you look into it, you see there is a board. It's a black marble board with many recesses carved into it. It's like your perception is extremely close to the board, as if you were leaning over and looking straight down at it. Suddenly coming into your view is a brass cup that is set on the edge of the board. That completely takes your vision for a moment, and you can see into the cup what looks like white wine or some sort of pale drink. Next to that drink, in some of the slots carved into this board, you see there are these solid black hexapyramidal crystals. There are 4 of them. One of them is immediately next to the drink, and then you see there are 2 empty slots, and then another one. And then loose on the board, just not in a slot at all, is another crystal. And then you cannot help but focus all your attention, as if your eyes are being pulled to it by something, by tiny threads you cannot see. You stare at the final hexapyramidal crystal closest to the glass. That is what you see.
So this is essentially what a soul...
You're completely cutting out.
Can I get a sense that, like, this is what a soul stone looks like?
You have cast scrying on your father's soul stone, and this is what you're seeing.
Can I zoom out at all? Is that
No.
Enhance.
Yeah, it just
I'm
gets
gonna get a-
blurrier.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a good long look at this board.
Pull back, but you can't add
Yeah.
pixels.
Two of them are, and there's
As you're watching it, the glass of wine is picked up by a dark-skinned hand,
okay.
almost like chocolate in color. And then you don't hear anything, and then the glass is replaced.
Okay. The hand is actually giving me some. But Tess will look time, and then we'll break the connection and kind of sit back on our heels, close our eyes.
Okay. Gideon,
Yes.
do you have a
Ready.
message?
Yeah. Okay. So after an hour, Gideon will take the communicrystal and he will think of his niece Lily and say, it's Uncle Gideon. Darling, can you tell me where you are? How can I get to you? I found Gracie and she's safe right now.
Roll me a D100.
Whew. 21.
Okay. Here's what happens. You hear a whimper.
Oh my god.
You hear a young girl's breath accelerate. Another whimper, and then help. That's all you hear.
Oh, Gideon puts his head in his hands for a second, and then he gets up and kicks his chair over.
Gideon, you heard her? She alive? What happened?
She said, "Help." That's all she said.
Okay. So she's alive, that's good. But we don't know where she is, and the scrying didn't reach her. We're gonna
Yeah.
try that again tomorrow. And for now, we're gonna bring out the big gun, just in case. Tess is going to sit right back down on her butt. Is going to hold her holy symbol. And is going to try for a divine intervention. She is.
Well,
Well,
Okay,
Okay.
that is a big gun.
what is it? It's a 10 or lower.
10 or
You
lower.
got a
She was
you
gonna
got a
do some
10%
shit with her
chance.
dad. She
I
was
like
gonna
those
do some
odds.
shit with her dad, and that's
Mhm.
then a little girl needed help. So, what we're gonna do for the first divine intervention?
Other end,
So,
babe.
Other end, yeah.
Oh no!
You can spend an inspiration to re-roll this if you want.
I could spend inspiration. Yeah,
God.
you know, let's spend inspiration to re-roll it.
other end though.
All right.
Go to the other side.
Yeah. Let's see a 6.
Oh
Oh my god. I was gonna say the gods said no today, so.
Oh man.
Ooh.
I mean,
M is like frozen on disc.
It's just
Catching
flailing, but
Yeah.
lag flailing. You there, Emily?
Sorry, my
You're okay.
stuff skipped for a second. I'm here.
We saw you freeze,
We saw you
flailing in the
freeze
air, and then
flail.
it's sped up.
Shit. Tomorrow.
Okay.
what about
Hey, Elizabeth.
like? What about? Could you? I mean, we could play 20 questions, like commune.
Yeah, we can try that.
I can't do that.
It's yes or no questions, and I can do it as a ritual. And we're stuck here today, so we're gonna information gather. Help me figure out what questions would be helpful to ask Jamino, and I.
Is she on this continent?
No, she.
I think we know that. I think.
Do we?
Well, maybe not. Maybe not. She might be on another plane.
Your
Somebody
scry
brought
didn't
me.
reach her. I asked her if she could tell me where she was or how to get to her, and she just cried and said help. She doesn't know where she is. And I don't think if the scrying didn't reach her, maybe she's on another plane. Maybe she
Wow.
fell into the fucking Feywild.
Yeah,
She's
it
on another
wasn't
plane, or she could be
wasn't
in.
wasn't that whole
Wish I could
gate
remember.
open with Tana originally, and wasn't those the people that had Grace originally? So there's a good chance it could just be Feywild, right?
I mean, it could be.
Could be.
Also ask, is she in the Feywild?
That's true. That's a yes. That's a yes or no question that Jamino could. That's a great idea, Valen. Yes.
And I thought I heard her. Or I don't know. When we were earlier, I was acting weird, it's because I heard like an echo on my voice, like I was in a room or something. And so I thought maybe, somebody was spying and I didn't want them to hear what we were doing. So I walked away and everything got really quiet. And I listened and I just barely heard a voice ask me. Well, it made me think of her, it made me think of Lily. So,
Okay. So
but
either
then I saw Turiax beside the road right outside town holding an invisible bag, just
what the
waiting
fuck?
in the woods.
What the fuck is he
And
waiting
I
for?
asked him if he had said something magical to me, and he said no. Why would I do that? And he looked at me real weird, so I believed him.
Well, that's
Weird.
concerning.
I mean, he hangs out in the tavern. He's gonna be around.
A
Yeah.
magical
Then so
invisible
why was he
bag?
hiding in the woods,
Yeah.
Very
watching the road? I mean, I guess he wasn't hiding.
Was he waiting for something in particular?
He said he was hunting, but that's not what he was doing because I circled around and watched him, and he just watched the road for a minute or for a little bit, and then he took
Or
his
maybe
invisible bag and took off as a dragon.
he is hunting someone specific, that maybe the goblin. The
Maybe.
hobgoblins were outside the road, not too far away. And he doesn't like them and they don't like him. So maybe he was
Yeah,
hunting them.
who knows? Who knows what he's fucking up to?
Yeah, I think that he's kind of tomorrow's problem right now. I'd like to
Yeah.
see if we can focus in on this.
Well, we got
On this.
Well, do you want to see? We got a couple of questions.
Is she in the Feywild? Is she being held captive? Is that worth asking? Or do we want to infer that that's the case?
We could ask it. It's not going to hurt anything to get
I
confirmation.
want, yeah, is she captive or is she just lost? But I don't know. I feel like she would have said more to me if she could.
Is the danger to her immediate?
Oh, that's a great question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I almost hate to ask it, but you know, she's crying for help right now. So
Yeah.
Didn't Tana tell us that that druid that's in the woods that's helping that's kind of helping to balance things? Like when we left, there was still a lot of like aftermath of the portal that we kind of divested
Yeah.
ourselves from. And so I wonder if maybe it's worth going to see them because they might have access to, they might know more after all of that went down. Maybe if it is the Feywild, there's some aftermath
I
to help
can
with.
well,
I
we
can ask. I mean, this whole time I haven't really asked River anything about what happened because I didn't want to.
Yeah, stir up the memories.
Yeah, but
Do you
maybe she
want to
knows something.
do you want to have a conversation with her before I cast commune? See if we can narrow down our questions that way, or you don't have to, Gideon. We can ask
No,
and
I
get
mean,
what
if
you want.
she's, I'll talk to her when she gets home.
Okay. Well, I can cast this tomorrow too. So how about I think we have some good questions for them right now to
Yeah.
yeah?
Mhm. If you don't
Um,
mind.
I don't mind. And I also think, Echo, that I like to think of the flavor that like divine intervention doesn't like anything until it works. Like for Tess at least. I think that like it looks just like an ordinary prayer,
Mm-hmm.
and then partially so I can think about it more what it might actually um that like once it happens, I'll figure out what happened.
Okay.
Um so she's gonna go upstairs to her this because she did that last time she came in. And I actually did think about this because Tess always puts kind of different offerings on her altar. Last time it was parties, She actually is going to take, it doesn't glow anymore, but she is going to like put it in. And she'll sit in front of the altar, and this she's going to put like a little plant, like a little branch, doesn't even have a lot of flowers on cast Druidcraft. But the change is going to be in the shadows of how the light changes the shadows, as the sun moves around the room. Because like everything that she puts on the off, something that change. So
Okay.
she'll refresh that. That's what she'll put for commune spell, and she will reach out.
Okay, you cast Commune. As you do, immediately the magic takes effect, and you feel the presence, once again, of Jamino in the area. The colors, the prismatic 3 in the shadow.
Hope you're not getting sick of me, Bob. Sorry, I have some different questions that are more immediate.
Mm-hmm. Ask.
Gideon's niece, Lily, is she in the Feywild?
Yes.
Good, that is helpful.
Yep.
Thank you. Is she being held captive?
Yes.
Oh.
Is her danger immediate?
Do you know this magic is so frustrating?
Yeah, on both sides, I bet.
No.
I can narrow it down. Would it be prudent for us to make haste?
I'm afraid I already answered.
Okay, I understand. Thank you for your help. You've been invaluable today.
I know. And the spell ends, the presence wisps away.
Tess
Velen
will
has
come
like
down.
followed Tess upstairs, just like hanging out in front of her room, like, hey.
Was Tess there to watch the commune? Or was Velen there? Sorry.
She was waiting for her to be done with the commune. She's not gonna like harsh the vibe of her communion with her goddess or god, but she's also like really curious, so she's sort of hanging out. Like,
If she can, I think the door can totally be ajar on it. Tess will get up and look, and practically, actually, I think honestly, will actually bump into Ellen as she is going downstairs to look for Gideon.
oh, sorry, that, yep, my bad.
And Gideon's waiting right there.
You are so sturdy now. Wow. Okay. So
Man from heroes, man.
the good news is we asked good questions. The bad news is the answer was she is being held captive. She is in the Feywild. However, Jamino said it was fresh. When I asked,
You're cutting
You're
out.
cutting out so much. Sorry.
sorry, there's a storm happening here.
Oh.
Which I think is effect. I'm hearing lightning.
Yeah.
But Jamino said no question mark about immediate danger, and I tried to ask if it was prudent that we hurry, but I had already. So,
Right. So
but I'm gonna take that as it would be good. And honestly, I think we should chat with the druids anyway, and maybe try to
yeah,
make nice with them if we need to get transport via plans to figure out these
I
facts.
knew. I already met that one. She's the one who was taking care of
Cassandra.
River. Yeah.
So how far away is that druid?
A bit.
Well.
A day and
So-
a half, I think.
So
Couple of
more
days.
than an hour?
Yeah,
More
but
than
It wasn't the hour distance, it was 1 mile from Endsmeet, is what Solite said.
Oh,
I talked to
right,
Solite
sorry.
today, and that's been lifted because of.
No, it hasn't.
No, it hasn't. She specifically did not lift that.
Oh, okay, sorry, that's me. That's a player thing.
Well, I
It's me,
don't.
not-
I don't
I mean,
really
I don't
care
I'll
about
say,
this
yeah,
job.
if it's a choice, yeah, if it's a choice between saving this child and, following order, like, come on, you know what I'm gonna pick. But
Well,
I just wanted to.
I think we should check it. I think that Solite will understand
Yeah,
if we
we
need
can
to break
tell her what we're doing.
what's going on.
We can just be sure not to cause any political incidents while we're doing it.
Yes.
I have a question, guys.
What's that?
It pertains to this. A lot of the culling was left in the Feywild.
Mhm.
That's probably who she's with.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah.
talked to Thomas last night about werewolf things, but a lot of those, I know we know that a lot of those guys are bad, but there's particularly prone to giving into a certain violence inherent in the curse. So, I would say that expediency is probably our best bet here if we want
I
her in
agree.
one piece.
I
Yeah.
do wonder also if she likely
If she likely,
if she's been turned.
that
Bitten.
could be a question you ask tomorrow.
It could be a question for tomorrow.
Turned or
And we can
not.
try to scry on her tomorrow.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't really.
Ultimately,
It's not.
it doesn't matter, but
It's good information to have. Um,
Yeah.
But if we definitely, I mean, it sounds like we want to be preparing right now and maybe.
so Tana can't get us to the Feywild
Um,
because she was the
I
one
mean,
doing that before.
I'm sure that between the two of us, we could find a way to get there.
Because we might not need to go to the druids if Tana can.
It's worth asking her.
Do we need
I
to still
think
party
that-
up?
Do we need to what?
I mean,
Artie's just been laying there.
Just on
I'm
board.
here. I answered. I was the one who said Feywild originally.
Hey, Artie,
You're
could you get us?
such big brain. How do you fit all that brain in that little head?
It's
Good
all. There's less hair than you think. It's more head.
Fair enough.
The brain is really efficient. It must be that the brain is just.
Yeah.
Artie, you couldn't get us the.
No. Maybe. Mm,
I have a
my
question.
levels.
What's that?
Where is the sending crystal now?
Come on, Gideon.
Gideon has it
Okay.
in his hand currently.
Yeah. Gideon,
Mm-hmm.
you hear something. So you are where she reached. Clever. She's mine. And the crystal breaks.
Ugh.
This dude's got some fucking power.
The fuck was that?
What happened?
The crystal just. Gideon?
Gideon?
Fist closes on the crystal, on what's left of it. Like, real tight. And he takes a deep breath. That would be whoever's got her.
Well then. That's not very sporting.
I have another question for tomorrow.
Huh.
Is that an archfey?
Well, he was able to trace back the sending from this crystal.
And then blow it up. So if it's not an archfey, it's something else nasty.
As long as it bleeds. Poor Gideon shakes his hand out and just kind of sits down and leans over with his elbows on his knees. And he looks both old and mad.
Those two things often go
Uh,
hand in hand.
Tess is gonna sit down next to him and touch his shoulder and say, "Fortunately, I have an axe." Faye.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure whatever you said was very helpful, but we didn't hear it.
I heard, fortunately, I have an axe, which is a good point.
It's true.
I have an axe.
Is it
Well,
Gimli?
I have an axe. I have an axe that is designed to.
You have my axe.
Yeah.
I have an axe
How
that
does
is.
it work,
It's
right?
literally designed to hew Faye. That's the point of it. So at
I
least
mean,
now
what
it's
else
gonna
is
get some.
designed to Hugh Faye? We are.
Yeah.
Mm,
Right. I'm
yeah.
sorry,
Thank you.
but now we have a
No.
heading.
Yeah.
And for what it's worth, the scrying spell does work. It's not that it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah. She's. No. It's good. We have a lead. And we know what we're looking for.
We got a busy month. People stealing souls, 2 dragons, potential archfey, a bomb that kills everything on a giant ship. We got a lot
When you
on
put
the
it that way,
agenda.
it sounds ridiculous.
It does, doesn't it?
It's almost like we're important.
Yeah.
Are we going to the Feywild tomorrow?
we're going to the Feywild as soon as we can.
So talk to Tana. If she can't, then find some druids.
Hell yeah.
The Circle of the Moon.
It's gonna be a little bit until I can, planar shift, so I can't get us there yet.
Okay.
Uh,
We should talk to
Echo, I'm
Tana
not
then.
crazy, right? Like, there are just places in the Goldwood where you basically just wander into the Feywild.
Yeah, we've done
didn't
that
we
before.
do that at
Totally
one
done
point?
that.
We like effing tripped into one.
They're
Mhm.
not
Yeah. I mean,
convenient.
Neo came out of one.
No, not convenient, but
honestly, we could have been near one.
yeah, it's hard to find them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go about
Actually,
it.
as you think about this, Gideon, you
Mhm.
consider everything you've heard about the Fae here. Maybe hearing Lily ley lines.
Mhm.
Perhaps you did hear her here.
Mm.
Lighthouse.
Hey, Artie.
Yeah.
How sober are you right now? Not very, right?
4.
We didn't
More?
drink.
Uh-huh.
Yet.
You're just high.
Will you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go down to your workshop. I got a little something I want to do for you.
Okay. Let's do it. I gotta go make a spell
Um,
scroll for Riggs.
Actually, I want you to do kind of the opposite. Would you make something for yourself?
Make Riggs into a spell scroll?
I cast Riggs. Riggs, I choose you.
I mean, you are a wizard. You could probably
Mhm.
write a spell and name it Riggs's thing, and that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I want you to. Actually, maybe that's perfect. I want you to make a spell for yourself.
Okay, I can do that.
Something is yours.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah. I can get you paper and everything. And
Mhm.
while you do that, I'm gonna do a little ritual about it. Okay?
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Can you give me some extra paper and stuff?
Yeah. I'll go get you some paper from. Okay?
Like, I was talking
Uh.
a lot here, and I give you like 20, 30 platinum. I need a lot of paper and ink.
Okay. Tess is gonna run out. We don't have to play it, but she's gonna try to get.
You're going to try to get
To do
something, but your mic said none of it.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Tess is gonna run out to get.
We can't
Got
hear
the
a
Oh
word.
no!
It's the exact same spot.
Jesus Christ. Find ink and paper for spell scrolls. Tess is gonna run out.
Yeah.
We don't have to play it or
Okay.
anything.
Yes, you can find that at the Outsider's Witness.
Okay, great. How
Thomas
much
probably
will
at work,
30?
right?
She's
What?
at the Waxen
Working
Claw
on the
often.
end. Working on it.
Velena's gonna get under there.
Okay. You head towards the Waxen Claw. You cross the main crossroads of the town. You the Cedarkin Lodge stands tall and proud next to this. Well, it's looking better. But
It's doing its best.
Yeah, it's full of holes. You do see that Tana and Zira? Wow, wrong game. Tana and Vera are working on this structure.
Hey, Tana, can I borrow you for a minute?
I suppose. For what?
Gideon needs some help.
Say
Wow.
less. And she climbs down out of the hotel. What does he require?
Well, I don't know if you're actually going to be able to help with this, but we've just found out that his other niece is being held captive in the Feywild by something really nasty that just broke our sending crystal, and we need to get there as quick as we can.
From the beginning, please.
Yeah, sorry, that was a lot. Let me go back. Starting over. Gideon had two nieces that he was searching for, and he was able to recover the one, River, but the other one was still missing. And something happened where he thought to look for her, and he was able to make contact with her using the sending crystal, but all she could do was cry for help. And so Tess asked Jamino for help, and we were able to confirm that she's in the Feywild and she's held captive. And we don't know how immediate the danger is, but whoever's holding her just blew up our sending crystal. And we want to get to the Feywild as fast as we can so that we can try to help.
I see. I don't have any more glass candles for creating portals at the moment, but I can make some. It's expensive.
I got money.
We'll pay.
I'm certain you will. It's going to be 2 portals. Well. Alright. I need 800 gold to get this done.
Let me check my...
And how much time do we have?
I've got 200 platinum on me now, so
That is
I'll give you...
a lot.
Yeah, I'll give you 80 of that.
That is more than enough. I will head immediately to the Outsider's Witness. Vera, you're on your own!
Yes.
And Tana leaves with a power walk in dwarven stature. Velen, with your passive perception,
Late.
you see the Cedarkin Lodge's door opens, and out steps Drenyer. He's pulled his coat on, and he sees you. And he kind of like waves at you. Velen, have you got a minute?
Yes. How can I help?
Well, I'm sure it's nothing, but well, she's never missed a day before, and River never came in to work today.
God.
Fuck!
Oh, shit.
Are you?
Oh, shit.
Knee
Thank you
snapped.
so much for telling me that. That terrifies me, and I need to run home right now. Thank you so much for telling me that.
Wait, what's going on? Is she sick?
Could be that. I don't know. I don't know where she is, but
Oh,
we
shit.
just found out something pretty concerning about her sister. So, this smells rotten.
All right, let me lock up. You go on ahead. I'll follow.
Okay.
Dad mode activate.
Ellen just
Oh my
fucking
God.
books it. Like, just pelts back home. Like, double dash, you know.
Mario Kart.
Okay.
God.
You run back to number 3,
Back in
Walker
the door.
Way.
You guys. When's the last time we saw River?
What?
Drenyer says she didn't show up for work.
Did we see her this morning?
Yeah, she was there when you
Thomas
woke up
came
early.
home.
She was here this morning. She never showed up for work?
It's like a 2-minute walk, less 20 feet.
Drenyer said she didn't come in. He's coming. And Tana's getting candles so that she can make portals.
Oh. Good. God. That's a good
But now
one.
I don't know where River is.
Gideon gets up and...
Is our
Oh,
detective
fuck.
dice?
Pretty much. He's gonna try to find a way to track her, to track her,
Follow her
like,
footprints, see what happened.
something. Yeah, he's a ranger. He could find
Hey.
people.
Okay.
She's like a deer in some way,
Can
right?
I'll come with him and sniff.
Oh, good. Yes, good.
Sniff a dog.
Actually, I'll turn into a wolf.
Even better.
All right. Roll survival, Gideon. And Claudia, roll perception at advantage because you're smelling.
Oh, that's really good, though. 28?
Natural 20.
It's been a few hours since the morning. It's now 10 in the morning. It's still very early in the day.
Right.
With a 22, Claudia, you catch the scent of River immediately. You know it very well. It smells of flowery soap and straw and slightly stale ale from the tavern. It's an easy one to track. So Claudia in wolf form and Gideon, you both go out the front door and you immediately, like, there hasn't been dense snow falling all day. So the tracks are not hard to follow. The issue is separating them from the noise. There's so many other tracks on the ground. Claudia has a much easier time going by smell. It's almost as though you're following clouds of her scent heading in the direction of the Cedarkin Lodge. You follow it, going up the road, making your way to the old pitch road out of Cedar Way. And as you get to Cedar Way and the old pitch road's crossing, you see the tracks turn left to the Cedarkin Lodge. Claudia, a new smell. One you recognize. The smell of linseed oil and leather
Hobgoblin.
and coal. Yeah, the smell of hobgoblins.
Those motherfuckers.
Did they distract us with a duel and then kidnap River?
Okay, why?
I assumed it'd be the same people who have Lily.
She was in Triax's invisible bag.
Gideon, you see
Uh-huh.
at the same place Claudia smells this, with that crazy survival roll of a 28. It's hidden, but you see a set of footprints that it's clear someone is adept at hiding their footprints.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a brief, instance of snow being pressed off the road as if someone fell down. And then the tracks go out into the Goldwood.
Well,
I don't know if Gideon will be able to read this, but Claudia just kind of, she does the wolf growl and then she winks with her shitty eye, her new eye that was shitty, to imply that it was the hobgoblins. Hope you understand that.
yeah.
You can just change back.
I don't want to.
All
I
right.
will. We're gonna have to follow her further.
Yeah, I mean, the question is, is Gideon able... I think he just follows the trail immediately.
Claudia's going with you.
Draenier, steps out. Hey, wait!
Hey,
Where are you going in the woods?
the trail leads that way. She fell down.
Here?
And I think she came out of the house on her way to the lodge, and right here, something happened.
All right,
I think Claudia...
all right. Just wait a minute. Let me
Claudia
go.
points.
Yeah, I think Claudia smelled hobgoblins.
She nods
What?
Maybe
enthusiastically.
when the duel was happening? I don't know. I don't know why they would have any trouble with River.
Those honorless bastards. They tricked us.
Gideon does stop for the moment. Draenier is like, okay, you will wait
Nobody
for
listens
whatever
to
this is.
Artie.
Let me just go tell Salide you're going out
Artie
of town,
was-
all right?
All right, yeah, thank you.
Right.
And Draenier, pulls his coat up and begins to run up to the End's Watch. At this point, I need to know what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, I mean, you would have obviously seen us leave to go doing our hunting and tracking thing.
I think Velen was
was-
sort of following, but not right up. I mean, she's not going to be very helpful with survival stuff, but she's still following because she desperately wants to know what's going on. So yeah.
Was Tess and Artie in the basement working on a spell? I don't know timeline wise what we're looking at.
I think that
I mean,
changed
Tess-
when we realized River
yeah,
was gone.
Tess has a whole ceremony
You
thing
guys
she
can
wants
do
to
your
do for.
thing. I mean, yeah, if you guys are doing your thing, do your thing.
If it becomes clear that we gotta go right now, Tess will alert
More
to
so,
that
I
also
have
though.
2 spell slots left. I am a deer in headlights out there, and I will go. Ah, shit, yeah, we're gonna go. I got
Okay.
little legs, so don't forget.
I mean, I guess. Yeah, I think the question is if y'all are going now, we don't have a way to know
yelling
that.
about. So I don't know how much that was hearable from the basement. Velen is
Yeah.
not quiet.
Yeah, we'll follow.
Okay.
Right, Artie,
Yeah,
I'll give you
yeah,
my
Tess
wand of
freezes
magic
up and-
missiles.
Looks at high Artie and is concerned about that, but will hustle
Yeah, I
out
mean,
of there.
listen, I don't love
Tess
that either,
also is not totally tapped into it,
but there's no way Gideon doesn't chase his niece right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just so we can finish the logistics of this really quick though, Echo, how much paper does the 30 platinum get me? The parchment ink that
30
300
Amy asked
platinum?
for.
300
God.
gold worth.
A
A
lot.
million.
A
I think it's
shitload.
going to run out.
Enough
Just
to make,
cost-
I
I
think,
don't know if you even have that.
6th level.
yeah, that's enough to make a 6th level spell scroll. That's bananas.
Yeah. I'm gonna use some extra for some stuff, but yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna add that to my inventory.
300 platinum worth of...
No. 300 gold, 30 platinum.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not using 3,000 gold worth.
Okay. Yeah, 30 platinum worth of enchanted parchment and ink.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Gideon, Claudia, Velen? Question mark? I don't know.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
she's
I
just a
think
little
we
ways
all-
back. Like
Okay. You all...
Gideon and Claudia
We'll
are
all
at the
follow-
front
we'll all
is all.
Yeah. Gideon and Claudia, as you're making the way and leading the way into the woods, you're following this trail. Claudia, with that natural 20 on perception, a smell that is vaguely familiar to you, but you're not quite sure where you remember it from, is tinged in the area around here. It's the smell of fresh sap, like freshly cut vegetation. It's the winter. There is no fresh vegetation. The only plants that are alive at the moment are the needle-bearing trees, and they are not the primary tree in this forest. But they're around. They don't seem to account for what you're smelling. It is just a tiny hint of an aroma underneath the thick smell of leather and oil, the smell of the hobgoblins. As you're following this trail, you still also have the thick smell of river. And at this point, Gideon, you get maybe 150 feet into the woods when suddenly the trail turns to the right sharply, and then immediately afterwards, there is indentations in the snow. And Claudia, at this point, you smell a new smell. Fear. The smell of cold sweat, of anxiety in the air. Turning right, the trail heads south.
What do the indents look like?
One of them is like a deep indent that looks like, you can surmise with the good survival roll, Gideon, it looks like someone was dropped as if they were trying to get away.
Oh.
As if they woke up and tried to do something about it.
Good girl. Let's go south.
With this change of direction, Gideon, I need new survival. And Claudia, I need another perception.
Okay. Oh, but now we're in the woods.
Are we keeping up at this point? Are we there?
You
Are
would
we,
catch
like,
up
still
at this point. They are tracking, which they're moving at half speed.
Okay.
15.
Just I want to make sure before we go in all these different directions, because Tess is not good at survival and could not catch up otherwise.
25 and 15.
Follow us.
Okay. Is everybody here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You follow the trail south. As you keep going,
I think we're tearing off into danger again.
you cannot help but make the mental connection that you are heading in the direction of the hobgoblin camp.
Oh, hopefully we can stop them
That being said,
to get back.
Gideon,
On what?
you
Yeah.
also know you are heading straight toward where you bumped into Turiax.
You working with him? What the fuck is going on?
No, they hate his ass.
Yeah, but he's a piece
Oh my
of shit.
gosh, she was in the bag.
I mean, also important to note. Remember, there are 2 hobgoblin camps. One of them, like
That's
like
true.
the
we
hobgoblin.
know of. It's
Yeah, but like the hobgoblins also are this like big high priestess person that we're looking for is
Look
also
at that
see. I
smug
think
face Echo has.
is also a hobgoblin. So I feel
Right?
like it could.
Yeah.
I guess theory out above table, Turiax is in league with the female dragon. They're shacked up and they're working to kill us. End theory.
Why would they kidnap River and not just kill
Get us out of town.
Okay,
Well, I
two
think-
of them could kill the whole
Well,
town.
No, I think it is more likely. I think it is more likely that they're working with whatever the Archfey is, and that like I think that's more likely. Like whatever thing also has Lily probably wants.
Wait,
River
so was
too.
Turiax? Did I run into Turiax on the road? What time was that?
It was this
Son of a
morning.
That was right after the
I
duel.
know.
It was not. It was
Oh
like
my god!
He was probably just like hanging out with River in a sack. You're just like,
Yeah. Oh my god. Gideon is like vibrating.
I'm gonna kill this dragon. All right,
Was
I
the
guess we keep
help
going.
me her?
No, the no, the
The
help me was
whispers?
definitely the whispers.
The help me was
We don't know,
definitely Lily.
Lily, because it was
The
ascending.
person saying, "I can't
Okay.
believe you forgot about me." Who knows?
That was literally just
It's like,
Grace
girl,
10
I
feet
just
away
saw
from
you at breakfast.
Fuck.
I want to see what happens. Let's continue.
Let's keep going.
Oh my god,
The fan theory.
I love it.
I mean, like
I am
as
edge
far
of my
as I
seat
know,
for real.
like what we know is that this Archfey, we assumed this assumed Archfey or demon or whatever the fuck it is that has it, really wants her for some reason to the point where he'll break our sending crystal and be like, she's mine. And so it seems like it's not out of the realm
But it
that
doesn't seem like he ever
both
had Grace.
that he wants
River.
both of the sisters for some reason. Maybe
It
they're
is the coincidence of her disappearing when we get in touch with Lily and this entity becomes
Yeah,
aware of us
yeah,
is really
wild.
weird. But she was taken
Coincidental.
before we reached out to Lily.
I know.
But I
Let's see what
also
happens.
think it is worth thinking that let's remember that there are 2 hobgoblin camps in
Okay.
swinging
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
about we
This is
just
let
made
me tell you.
peace,
right now.
and
because
what
we're
we do
following
know
the
about them is that they're honorable. But like, I
Are
want
they? If they're kidnapping young women?
Children?
well, but
Yeah,
this,
that's not
but this is what I mean though, right? Like it seems like it would be from what we know about it seems like it would be dishonorable and against everything that we have learned
Yeah.
about hobgoblin.
Kidnapping is generally dishonorable.
No, but this is why I think it's the other camp of hobgoblins. Like this is why I think that
cultists
it
Maybe.
seems
of-
more
What
likely
we're doing right
that
now is
the cultists.
following this trail, right? So let's
Maybe.
follow.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes.
We can theorize till we're blue.
Oh my goodness.
All right, Gecko,
Amazing.
keep going.
Yeah.
Did you just treat him like a jukebox and put a quarter in?
Wow. Just like,
I just
and
knock on it.
play.
if you want to hear the next song.
I do. I really do.
As you continue out into the woods, you cross the road where you saw Turiax. You proceed southward as you do. I'd like everyone but Claudia and Gideon to roll perception.
We're already locked in.
Mm-hmm.
Just
I got this.
you just hear Gideon just cursing under his breath. He's like, I'm
Son
gonna
of a
kill this
goddamn-
motherfucking dragon.
Oh,
22.
never mind. Gideon, you say that.
It
Oh,
seems
he's
when you open your
muttering.
mouth, Gideon.
I know.
Remember,
I know.
you said something and then it was like, how could you forget me?
Gideon, as you say that, all of you hear from off the side of the road. Well, that would be rude. Unless, of course, we're speaking of the other one.
I'm speaking about whoever put their hands on my niece. Sound familiar to you?
Are you accusing me of taking your niece?
I'm asking a question.
You're already following a trail.
Which you are on.
Mm-hmm. I did tell you I was hunting.
And what are you hunting? Meat?
Meat. Meat, perhaps carrying other meat.
Seems like it.
Mm-hmm. But these mortal problems are not my issue. We have our own plan. If you recall an arrangement between all of you and myself, I couldn't help but notice the hobgoblins, known as the Iron Fangs, getting nearby. I like to keep an eye on these barbarians. Curious to see one of them carrying off a satchel with something writhing inside.
It was them.
Inside check.
Yeah, insight check. Dog insight check.
Okay. Roll an
Is he
insight
lying?
check.
Was it the Iron Fang or was it the cultist?
Guys, it's a green dragon.
It's a green dragon. There's no fucking way we're trusting him.
I'm gonna try anyways.
21.
16. Hi, Saki.
You have never seen someone so impossible to read.
No. Not surprised.
Dude's got like a plus 20 deception.
Gideon's watching him and he says, were they carrying an invisible satchel?
He quirks a lip up at
Mhm.
you. No, it was quite apparent.
All right, well, we're going to continue on.
Well, I have a proposal.
Hmm.
I suspected them taking someone. Might be of interest to someone in that town. I am a little heartened that it was someone important to you, because now I have leverage.
We already had an agreement. What do you need leverage
This
for?
is a new one. A new deal.
What are you offering?
Well, go and destroy the camp and I will help you collect your person of interest.
In exchange.
I don't have to deal with these hobgoblins anymore.
Deal's too good, sir. What are you getting out of it?
Oh, consider it a seal. A vow to work together between you and myself. We go
You
and
want us-
destroy the camp, find your niece amongst the wreckage, and leave. None of them alive.
You want us to destroy your enemy for you.
I do.
And thereby make it so that if we wanted to ask for their help, we can't do that.
What would you want their help for?
Maybe they could help us with your problem.
Oh, I don't think they will.
Why not?
Because my problem is of interest to them. They have a vendetta against me, you see. I admit it is maybe founded a little.
On what?
You don't need the details.
I think they would be useful for us in making a decision, actually.
I'm not going to give you them. Perhaps you can cast Speak with the Dead on them and learn it the hard way.
Hey,
If-
Mr. Dragon. I had a fucking epic duel today, and I'm super tapped on magic. You got anything to help, or can you like turn me into a dragon or something?
No.
Oh,
But you should be
yeah.
careful who you tell you're weakened to.
I thought we were allies.
That is a kind warning for your future.
Ow.
How are you going to help us in the camp?
Hey, you offered help. I was just asking for some help.
I can fly over them and poison them all, making your bout with them cleanup.
What about Rue?
Yeah, unless...
Can you do
Why
that
wouldn't
without poisoning Lily?
Oh, yes.
River.
Yeah.
Lily is in the Feywild.
That's okay.
I'm sorry, I said the wrong.
She doesn't need to keep my NPCs.
I can choose.
So wait.
All right.
So it's useful. So it's useful to you then that we're here because now you have allies in the fight. But why would you just not do it yourself?
My enemies have been devising traps and mechanisms, and while I don't fear them, I would be a fool not to respect them. If I never approach, simply casting breath from above, you can do the dirty work. Or you can go and attempt to find your precious girl on your own, against a whole camp of hobgoblins. I imagine that won't work well.
Why'd they take her?
I don't know.
Mm.
Hobgoblin business is hobgoblin business. But they are vengeful and bitter, and perhaps they saw this as a way to hurt you. It looks like it worked.
Yep. I mean, I'm going in after her either way, Gideon says to everybody. He's like, so.
Claudia nods.
All right.
Triax is deaf.
Let's do it.
Excellent.
If they took River, then they get what's coming.
I shall fly above. You'll know my signal when you see it.
Probably poison.
Turiax departs into the trees and then flies up and out of them a massive span of 50 feet wide wings that caress over the trees and above.
The aggressive
so-
typing M.
When he flies away, Gideon's like, I don't know if he's framing them or what, but it doesn't, it doesn't matter. We got to go get her.
I agree with that. I don't trust him either, but
All right.
we're using what we got.
Now, I mean, I'm willing to ask him
I think.
one time,
I think this is,
maybe,
I
to give her
think this is
back.
a trap. I think this is absolutely a trap, but it's the only lead we've got, and we have to get rid of it.
We saw how they fight. We need him.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying we don't. I think he's trying to get us to destroy something
Oh,
that,
for sure.
that could have
100%.
Yep.
100% that's what he's doing. But
The question is
He's-
only whether he is using the opportunity or whether he created it. And at this moment in
Yeah.
time, River's in trouble, and I don't care.
It doesn't matter. I understand.
We're talking and walking, by the way.
Let's move.
yeah, no.
Except me.
Is
Walk
going.
and talk.
Oh, wait, you're walking but not talking.
Should
Oh,
have
we-
cast that spell earlier.
No.
So
He said garbage to someone who
Artie
didn't
is
want
still
that.
Artie is still death warded, right?
Yeah.
It's 8 hours.
Okay, great.
It's only been
I'm gonna.
3 hours or so since the duel.
Oh my goodness.
Do our temporary hit points? Do they last? If I were to sanctuary, would they last until a battle?
What does your spell say?
Let me
I
check.
think those temp HP is only for the 1 minute, isn't it?
Let's see. Sphere, temporary hit points. I don't think it's. The sphere lasts for 1 minute. So maybe the temporary hit points only last for 1. It doesn't technically say. But might as well not risk it. I am gonna give a vigilant blow to Gideon though. And actually, I'm gonna give us. Everybody can see at 120 feet.
Eyes of Twilight. Okay.
Nice. Artie,
Or
Claudia
300 feet. 120.
Wolf
300 feet.
is gonna trot over to you and hand you a wand of magic missiles.
Oh shit, nice.
It is daylight though, right?
It's 10 in the morning.
Yep, what if?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought it was nighttime. Sorry. Fuck! I
Totally were
can't
blinded.
fly.
Ah, fuck!
Fuck! I
Is
can't
this
fly. That's
full
so
charges
frustrating.
on this bad boy?
Yeah, it's fully charged. I haven't used it since I got Eldritch Blast.
She
there's
unplugged it this
probably-
morning.
Nice.
Yep.
Oh,
Right off the
there's
charger.
probably shadows in the forest, but it's not dark.
Gideon,
You know.
Gideon, you should attune to whatever since the crystal doesn't work anymore.
Oh yeah,
I'm
for sure.
just FYI, I am also.
Like I have a third slot, so it's not a big deal.
I don't have very much left. I've been casting spells
Gonna
left and
get
right.
creative.
Yeah.
None of us assumed River was going to be kidnapped.
Ah,
I didn't think you'd reach out to Lily. I mean,
it's so wild that it's like the same day. Gideon's like, what the fuck?
Can't keep track of these fucking kids.
Tana's gonna get back from buying those candles.
Okay, I've got
We're
the
gonna
stuff.
be gone.
I mean, to be fair, Drenyer knows
Yeah,
what's
Drenier's
happening.
gonna-
Yeah, Jen, you're still where we went. Fine.
He's a real one. Trinier's
He
a good
went
guy.
I think we left before he could say. Like he was like, "I'm gonna go tell some light something off of it." He just left
Yeah.
without him.
yep, you
Yeah,
didn't
no,
wait
he
for him
is
to come
good.
back. That's fine.
Oh, we're gonna creep up on this camp, yeah?
You have a long way to hike, you guys.
Yeah,
okay,
and they have like a 2-ish hour
Longer than
head
that.
start.
Yeah.
Yeah, longer than that. Because it was basically like while we were all stupidly distracted by the fucking duel.
I had
We're
a
all watching
whole
Artie
fucking-
shoot lightning out of his asshole. We're just getting carried away in the background.
God, I had a whole thing I was gonna do.
Valen really mad. Like, this is why they stayed to listen to my song, because we would be distracted longer.
Yes,
Okay.
perfect.
Oh my god.
Count of the Bard.
As you walk.
Yes, I just love that. Like every time Gideon starts muttering some old man nonsense, Turiax is like, "Hi."
Without fail.
That is a delightful callback echo. I love it.
That is his favorite terrain, is Gideon's mutterings. All right. Roll me survival, please.
I'm up pacing, you guys. I'm fucking.
Got an agitated frog.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hell of a
Please.
frog.
Thank
Can I sniff while he
Yeah, roll
survives?
me perception.
you. I rolled not great, but 26.
Oh, terrible. 10. There's a lot of smells out here. I have to sniff this bush and pee on it.
No one else can use that bush.
That's my bush.
Okay. 26.
I had to go pet my dog for
Man's on a
fortitude.
mission. Okay. Gideon, you lead the way south in the frosty woods. The snow crunching underneath everybody's footsteps, and it almost is distracting, but it's also reassuring to know that every one of your allies is with you. You care about this, and they care about you. Even though you might be heading somewhere incredibly dangerous, even though you are doing something for a green dragon who are notoriously deceptive and full of treachery, your allies are with you. And it's these thoughts that are in your head when you hear, in the moments that you are tracking, you're moving much slower, so as are your allies. And different from what the sounds of your allies moving, you hear 4 sets of footsteps in the snow, off in the trees, off to your west. They don't sound like they're sneaking. They just sound like they're walking. You hear muttered conversation in Goblin.
Gideon breaks that way.
Murder time.
He's quiet at first.
Oh, they're not
I mean-
far. You round a tree, you see
Mhm.
4 hobgoblin soldiers. They are unprepared to meet you. They have a dead deer over their shoulders that they are carrying. The one in the front looks up at you as you round a tree. He does not have the halberd or the great axe that they typically wear for combat. You see a short sword at his belt and a bow on his back.
He's a hunter.
He looks at
And
you in
they're-
surprise.
They speak Goblin, right?
They do
Hobgoblins?
speak Goblin.
Uh-huh. In Goblin, Gideon says, "Do you have any new arrivals to your camp today?"
The hobgoblin in front seems to collect himself, and he says, "No. Champion Karthok was killed. We mourn. We bring this for the feast."
Oh my god, it's such a trap. They didn't take her, did they?
Well, these guys might just not know.
You go your way, and we go ours. Aye?
Holy.
Yeah, go your way.
You heard
We
him?
walk in the same direction.
The hobgoblin squad, the hunting group,
Mhm.
they're looking at you all wary, because they know you slayed their champion, and they're not trying to fuck with you. They just uneasily move away, inevitably in the same direction you're going.
We
Yeah,
gotta
Gideon
get a leg up
kinda
on the
look-
north.
lets them
Yeah,
go,
should we
and then
go
he
back again?
looks back at everybody and he's like, I don't know. They didn't seem like they knew anything about it.
I mean, can Claudia posthumously insight check to see if they were liars?
You can insight check if you like. All of you
Yeah.
can.
I will. 15.
Okay.
They seem
Doggo squint.
surprised that you're there
They're in
and
on it.
afraid of you.
Natural
Oh, natural 20 for fucking Gideon.
Gideon, they're telling the truth. They're afraid of
Yeah.
you. They're
They
not.
don't have River. I'm willing to bet real people money on this.
Yeah, that's why I let them walk away. I don't think that they were in on it or knew about it.
Claudia is a dog and didn't say any of that.
I don't.
Gideon was telling the team.
Oh, yeah, alright.
It's going to. It will be. And Tess is really speaking low. It will look very bad for us, especially if this isn't the only god. If we slaughter these people while feasting after we killed their champion.
We're not
It is-
slaughtering anybody until we know she's there.
Unless
Well,
Triax kicks
I
off
can-
the fight.
Well, he
I
can kick
can,
off
like-
whatever the hell he wants.
Well, he's giving a signal. He was. I'm.
Yeah,
I can
he
look
can
like a
give a signal.
hobgoblin. I can look like a. I mean, we could also go in there as. And say, hey, we're here. We also want to pay respect to your champion, and we can look around. Or I can look like a hobgoblin.
Do you speak Goblin?
I mean,
I don't, but I can.
Why
I've got a
don't-
spell for it.
why don't we just go there and be like, yo,
Yeah, I was thinking we
homegirl was
ask him,
kidnapped,
give him
Yeah.
a chance. Yep.
and
Ours are gone.
tracks led to you.
Where's she at?
But then
Yeah, I'm sure
a
Terex
dragon-
doesn't want us to get a chance to talk, but I don't
dragon
give a
comes
shit what he
down.
does.
Yeah.
Well, the
You
thing
guys
is,
know Turiax is faster than you.
Mhm.
He's probably already ripping into people.
Well, if he is, he is.
They're like, why?
But he said to wait for a signal, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Signal
Or he
from
said
me.
we'd know his signal when he's.
Yeah, the
we
signal
saw
is
it
him
everywhere.
murdering.
Yeah, the
people.
signal is him murdering them. Yeah. Well, and the thing is, if we don't follow,
You completely cut out.
If we
and
don't,
have no idea what you
But-
said.
if we don't, like, my worry is that we made a deal with him
You're still cutting out.
he's not a
For
devil.
our
He can't
deal.
enforce things.
our deal might be off with him.
Honestly, fuck this guy.
It's a green dragon. He's gonna betray us anyway. Like, what are we?
Yeah, let's join the hobgoblins and kill him at the same time. If
Might as
they
well.
don't have River.
With our 3 spell slots.
I mean,
With our 3 spell slots and no diamonds.
Tess, do you happen to have any sendings?
I
That's true. You
over
could
the table
ask them.
I can burn an inspiration and get sending because I don't today, but I can.
If you sent it to one of the
your
gobos,
7th inspiration.
if you send it to one of the goblins that we met this morning and be like, "Do you have her? Yes or no?" Turiax is coming.
Yeah,
Please
I can.
respond.
I can in fact.
or you could
I
send it
can,
to
in fact,
River,
do that.
who is.
Or send it to River.
Capable
and
of-
Well, I mean, she'll be like,
Yeah.
"I was kidnapped by hobgoblins," which won't help.
Yeah, that might not help us.
But talking to the ones that we just talked to this morning, like
Yeah, maybe he's got maybe Turix has some hobos on payroll that aren't part of the Iron Fang. I'm sure
Yeah.
she was kidnapped by hobgoblins. I smelled them, but
Mhm.
do they
Yeah.
have her? IRL.
The difficulty is it will alert them that like we won't have. I mean, I guess we don't have surprise.
We have a
Yeah,
fucking
goblins,
dragon
but-
if they have her. Like
There-
whatever.
it's not-
Surprises
it's
are
not
not.
surprise. Like oh no, we won't have a surprise round while Toriax is poisoning everyone. Like
Yeah.
Is poisoning everybody. Yeah. Okay. So I
It's
think.
worth it.
Yeah.
Like, this goes
I
2
will
ways,
burn-
and they're both scary and awesome. Either we're gonna
True,
fight
true.
this camp
The
with a
goblins
dragon,
with
or we're
dragon?
gonna fight a dragon with the goblins.
I'm just sad that we're running out of time and we can't do it right now because.
I know.
Yeah.
you later,
Okay.
Tess.
So hang on. Give me 2 seconds to actually like get slightly out of adrenaline mode so I can write a diplomatic 25 word message.
Actually, we're going to use this opportunity to go take a quick 5-minute
Take a
break.
break. Okay.
Okay, great.
Echo, I have a
And-
question.
And
You're
we're
Emily.
back. Hello, everybody.
Oh, hi.
Ah!
Yes.
Okay, so
Ah!
Tess, you're going to cast Sending.
Tess has a sending. Yep.
Okay.
My sending says I'm casting it to the leader that we saw today.
Mm-hmm.
name
And
we
it
did not
says, You're in danger. Turiax is framing you for the kidnapping of a stranger's niece. We know you aren't dishonorable. Turiax wants our help to destroy you.
Turiax wants our help to destroy you. That's the last of it, right?
Help us is the last 2 words. Turiax wants our help to destroy you. Help us. I didn't have enough words to say
Understood.
help us destroy him, but okay.
Yeah, but it's implied. He's coming your way. Let's.
You have to tell us if you're a cop.
to tell us
You have to
kidnapped
tell us
by
if
let
you
me
have-
know.
yep.
Let me know.
Okay.
Did you kidnap the teenager? Yes or no?
Yes or yes. Heimdall's looking at his feet.
I'm just glad he's not eating my hair.
Hooray. Crash.
Hi, Peep.
Oh. Hi, Heim. Is it ghosts?
Oh,
Okay.
Orange. Orange.
You hear the same voice that you heard this morning at the duel. You speak truth. We will meet the treacherous worm in battle. We will help you.
Okay.
The
Gideon's
treacherous
like,
worm.
They are being framed. The puppets.
do they have River?
They don't.
He has her in a bag somewhere.
They did. They
Or in
did.
a tree.
They didn't. They didn't confirm. They didn't confirm. They didn't confirm. But I said we think that you're being framed, and they said you speak the truth. We'll help you defeat the treacherous worm.
Maybe they just
So,
like stepped out
I
of their
think this
tents
is our
and River
best
was just on the ground and they were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This
Gideon's gonna keep tracking.
encounter has changed.
Oh.
Because
It
we
is-
talked to them first.
It is
Uh-huh.
now a race.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Turiax is flying to the Hobgoblin camp. And if you are going to get there at any rate to be there to fight before his poison breath makes most of them succumb, I need some rolls.
Oh my god.
All right, let's do this.
Okay.
Is this a
Trying to
skill
find
challenge?
something.
I got a bunch
Yeah,
of
I'm
inspo,
fine.
y'all.
This is going to be a
Em.
skill challenge.
I'm gonna take that inspo to change the spell.
It's
You
like,
take
I
this
will
just-
take that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it.
Yeah.
Earthbind might come in handy.
Man, I stock up those fucking inspos from doing it's always from the recap, and I save them and I save them and I save them for.
You guys know, before we start the skill challenge, I have something in my inventory that might actually be useful. Do you remember that ambrosia
What's that?
bread we got from the werejackals?
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
still
Oh
want-
fuck! You kept it.
That's
I have
I had
5
mine for a
servings,
while.
and there are 5 of
Oh.
us.
I had
Ate
mine for
that
a
a billion
while.
years.
Yeah,
I had-
so
I
I've
saved
just
mine
had
not
them
too long
chilling in
ago.
my inventory. It adds
Yeah.
15 HP to max
Oh.
for 24 hours, immune to fear for the duration. So we can all have a nom nom.
Holy
pretty
shit!
good.
That could be a game changer. That's huge.
So she just.
So the
I have
first thing
this
we
kind
do
of
is
moldy
have
bread. Would you
or
like
thing?
some?
Oh.
It's not moldy at all.
Amazing.
I have
Magic
this
bread.
delicious bread.
Yeah, I like bread.
So add
Yeah,
15
that's
HP to
awesome.
your max and you're immune to fear for 24 hours.
The immune to fear is the important part. Dragons are fucking.
Yeah, dragons are fucking scary.
I cannot count the number of times Sal specifically has gotten screwed by Dragon's Fear.
I basically
Specifically.
spent an entire fight afraid. What a useless paladin. Oh my god.
Okay, that was my contribution.
Well done.
Love that.
I will not do it.
Okay.
And now the skill challenge begins. You all begin to run. You sense the tension in the air as you begin to make as much pace as you can, pressing through the snow, the unpaved, untraveled path. Aside from the few errant footprints and the trail you were originally tracking, you have a long way to go and you're pushing your way through dense snow. First round, anybody have any ideas?
Hey, did you know? Okay. But while traveling for an hour or more in my chosen terrain, difficult terrain does not slow our travel. And we can move stealthily at a normal pace. That doesn't matter right now. We're not being stealthy. However,
So this isn't difficult terrain.
yeah, we're just trying to.
You're just running, but you're not sneaking. Great. That's not really a skill or a mechanic or an
Yeah, yeah.
idea.
But it
Can
sort of
you-
has
can you
to,
roll-
like if Gideon is leading the pack and like trailblazing, that would be a survival check, right?
Yeah,
Is
that'll
that
be a
survival?
survival check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that.
I mean, yeah.
Can I help him?
definitely.
How?
To give him advantage.
I already get advantage. We're in the woods.
Oh, then never mind. Go ahead.
Go ahead and roll survival.
Oh, natural 20 though, and a natural
Oh,
1.
hell yeah.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
You succeed your
Gideon's
first
dad
attempt
mode has
in this
activated.
challenge is a success. You, carving the way, find the places where the snow has melted as it landed, and there are places where gravel and underbrush can even be touched by your boots as you run. And you make good time for the first length of this race. Second stage.
Like staring at my sheet, trying to figure out anything.
As you guys are running, something has changed up ahead.
Uh-oh.
You hear the sounds of wood breaking, of ropes snapping, of things being launched.
Oh, they're doing their trappy things. 'Cause we warned
Something,
them.
yeah, something's going on. And as such, the vibrations are passing through the forest. Snow is crashing from treetops down all around you as you are running. The wind being pushed back by Turiax as you see his draconic form flying up high over the trees and then sweeping around, trying to get closer to these hobgoblins. But being fended off, it seems, by arrows and boulders being thrown. They're buying time. But your terrain is getting slower by the snow and trees that are tumbling down around you. Any ideas? And you can't use survival.
Nope. Yep. I already did.
Is there a way? Is there a way that sleight of hand could help us,
How?
protect our face, protect ourselves as we run, to see our way through?
Sleight of hand wouldn't really be the skill for this.
Okay,
I
can
would
I-
allow like a dexterity saving
Ooh,
throw.
ooh, ooh, let me do that.
Let you do what?
Dexterity.
Dex save? Oh yeah, that's your whole thing. Dex save? Totally.
Well,
Go
Dex,
ahead.
I have a really good acrobatics. Can I use that to find the best
Oh, woo.
dog, weave, bob and weave?
Sure.
Can I
Yes.
prior to your thing, to piggyback off of, I was thinking of just I don't know if this is going to be investigation or perception, just spotting ahead and trying to find the least damaged route.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As the second, and then mine's
I'll
the third,
allow
'cause
you
I think that'll work.
both to roll with lower DC.
I'm not really worried about. I think you should. Your investigation for a good
No,
pass should be.
Claudia, you should be worried about the DC.
Oh God.
Okay. All right, fine. Let's both.
Okay,
roll.
what am I rolling?
Yeah, you
You're
guys do it.
rolling an investigation. Claudia's rolling acrobatics.
Okay.
I'll wait for your
Pretty much just
investigation.
spotting out the
Yeah,
best
we
route.
succeeded
And
the first
her-
one, but that was a natural 20. So.
I
You
mean, I
rolled
got
really
34.
good. 34. So I'll roll my
Ooh,
acrobatics.
Artie.
Mm-hmm.
23.
I'm just
Ooh, good,
directing
good.
her as we go, pretty much.
Claudia darts away through the falling trees and snow, and it's all with Artie's guidance in the right places, so as to avoid it taking any damage and making the best time. The second stage of this skill challenge is a success.
Ooh.
As the
Okay.
fight continues up ahead of you, it's clear the hobgoblins have arranged some sort of siege weapon, as you see enormous boulders flying up and high. You saw them earlier, only now you're getting closer. And massive stone boulders in the ground around you as you're running, as Turiax is in between you and the camp. If any of these boulders hit any of you, it's going to cause a serious problem. Do you have any ideas?
How far is Turiax right now?
From you,
Hundreds?
he's like
Yeah.
800 feet.
Okay. Boulders.
I will
coming.
warn you, if you stop and aim a shot at Turiax, you're going to get hit by a boulder.
Good to know.
That's fine. I wasn't gonna do that.
I have a
That's just
shield.
a
Mhm.
general idea.
I was like, what if we throw up prestidigitation flares so that they can avoid hitting us? But I don't. That might be a stupid idea.
They can't even, they don't know you're there.
They're
Like,
not even
yeah, they
paying
can't
attention
see us.
to us.
It was just a,
I mean, two of us have shield master. Would that be
Boulder. Is a
yeah,
boulder.
Boulder. I don't
against
know.
boulders?
I'm
Probably.
pretty
I would
so
allow you
long.
to use a strength check using
I
Shield
could
Master.
do that. I could help with that. Is that just
I'm-
a flat strength check, or is it athletics?
It's not athletics because you have not trained to catch boulders with a shield.
Okay. But and it's not a save. It's just
It's a strength check.
All right, I'm not that strong. I have a
Yeah,
plus
I'm
3,
not
that's
very
it.
strong. I'm not very strong either.
Then
Is
maybe
insight
another
at all
avenue would
helpful?
be wise. Insight,
Is
the boulders
insight
have
at all
no
helpful?
emotions,
Where
I'm
the boulders
afraid.
will be? Well, where the boulders will be? Okay. I'm
I
sorry,
have
you guys.
I
Perception,
have a
maybe?
shield that deliberately makes projectiles come to me.
Can
I
I
don't think that
Can I
helps us in this
do-
It's the
situation.
opposite of useful.
can I
What
do
about
like
perception?
a straight either they do a perception or I can do an intelligence to like try to guess
Anticipate.
the trajectory.
Well, considering you
anticipate.
used investigation in the previous skill
Yeah.
challenge, I'm going to say intelligence is pretty much just a piggyback off of that. But I will say perception might be wise to
Who's got a good
see where Turiax is about to be.
I haven't done it. I haven't done it yet, and I have a sentinel
Yeah.
shield.
Oh, you have a
Yeah.
what?
Go for it.
I have advantage because of my sentinel shield. I don't
Great.
have I don't have great perception, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
Can I? Oh, could I help? Actually, well, it depends. So, how far above us is Turiax when he's flying?
So he's about 700 feet away from you and 100 feet
okay.
up.
I cannot help them.
I
On we
mean,
go.
because I was gonna say, like, if it's a help thing, I would rather help.
Oh,
perception
well,
than
I already
and-
rolled for one of these.
Yeah,
so.
I haven't
But it's
rolled
a
yet.
different skill. That
There's
doesn't
no
matter who's doing it.
limitation. There's no
Oh,
limitation
okay.
as to how many times an individual player
Like if your
rolls.
roll is
But
better,
you
you
can't
should.
use the same skill over and over.
Yeah, I'll look. I'll do a perceive.
Can I help?
perceive-y.
You can both roll perception.
Okay.
Or can I give you my sentinel shield?
I don't need your advantage. We're in the woods.
We're in the
Got it.
woods. That's right.
21.
My one's pretty good.
I'm rolling like shit. 13. 21 is what we got. Unless you want an inspo to roll.
With a
That's pretty good.
21. With a 21 and a 13. Okay. You can succeed at a cost if you like.
Okay.
There's your roll.
Yeah. All right. If you want.
I
I
mean,
don't
I
have inspo. So, oh my god.
I don't either.
I have inspo. We might need it for the fight, but I'm happy to.
Because if we beat him, it'll give us an advantage.
It's either
Yeah.
succeed at a cost or we do something else.
Let's
Right.
succeed at a cost. I think we should
succeed at a cost. Let's succeed
Okay.
at a cost. Then.
It sounds fun.
Yeah.
That cost
I
is
wanna
gonna
hear-
be
I want
my
a
life.
cost.
The cost is
Artie's life.
the cost is Tess.
Yeah.
You are looking up at Turiax as he's flying to the left and then to the right, dodging boulders, and you're confident he's about to dive to the left, and you move sharply to the right. And as you do, the previous boulder that you did not see right in front of you, and you take 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nothing
That
I can
being
do about
said,
that.
That being said, you guys make it past the barrage of boulders. You succeed on this skill challenge.
Right.
Yay.
Could have been much worse.
Yes.
Good job, guys.
The final skill challenge. Turiax has flown up and high as all of you are running. You're sprinting, getting as close as you can, and you're getting closer and closer to the hobgoblin camp. The ground is flattened at this point from the activity of the hobgoblins. Your pace is as fast as it can be. Flying above you, Turiax is rearing up. You see he's taking in a deep breath. He's preparing to unleash a breath weapon. The hobgoblins all are in front of you. They've all taken up arms. It is an entire camp's worth of hobgoblins preparing to attack this green dragon personally. And you know this green dragon's breath weapon, should it go off, is going to be devastating.
How far away is he?
You are right underneath him. He is 100 feet up.
Already wand of magic missiles.
I don't know if that's gonna stop his breath weapon though.
Dump
Is that a
the whole
spell
thing.
or is that a like a innate feature?
The breath weapon?
The breath weapon?
It's an innate feature of the creature.
Yeah, that's what I like. It's something you.
But that doesn't mean I wouldn't answer creative ideas if you have any.
100 feet up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
100.
100.
100.
I can Eldritch blast him.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna try to like lodge a spiritual
My
weapon
range
in his
on
mouth, but I can.
psychic-
I'm going to say just simply attacking Turiax isn't going to cut it.
Okay, well then I
Yeah.
have nothing. So
Get creative.
with what?
I don't know.
The
Kind of
shield
working-
in my pants?
Frisbee that
I mean,
shit.
can we?
I have
we-
8
yeah, can we
sets of
fucking-
fine silk
can we-
clothes.
Can we fucking throw something in his mouth?
You can certainly try.
Like a
100
I
javelin?
mean,
I'd said
What's
the
an
thing.
attack?
Yeah.
Hold up, hold up.
I'm
A
willing to
straight
frisbee a
up-
shield at him.
So, give it a little more thought. A straight up
Yeah.
attack is not going to stop the breath weapon. But if you try and perform something or come up with a
We
creative
have-
solution to
Give me a
this,
sec.
We
I
have
got
a
a couple
million
options.
spells and shit. We got some stuff. We
I have
I
an oil
wish-
flask. We could throw a bomb.
God, I really wish I could use the spell on the bow for somebody else. I could send him through a tree 500 feet away and he would
I
miss.
have an idea.
Dilo, please.
I can Misty Step, Gem of Brightness to blind him.
Yeah?
Get within range. I can Earthbind him.
Just pull him straight to the ground.
Yeah,
I don't know.
if I was thinking about silvery bars. Talk some shit. 100 feet up though.
I
could-
like the Earthbind. It's gonna
I
throw
could-
him off. Maybe he stops his breath as he's plummeting. I
Maybe.
think
He-
that's
or
a
he
better.
misses and like his trajectory, he like spits it up or something.
I like a Earthbind. The Gem of Brightness. If he saves on it, it's just pointless. And I
What's
think
the
it's a
save on
higher
it?
DC con for Gem of
Oh,
Brightness.
yeah.
It's
No,
Rank
it's
Yeah,
a
It's a
poison
dragon.
dragon.
Save is
It's
int, so
strength
he's
for
gonna be way
Earthbind.
smarter.
strength for Earthbind.
I have. It's a dragon. Like
I could grab Artie and fly up to get him closer if that would be helpful.
So Earthbind is fine. The Gem of Brightness would help to get closer, but I think Earthbind's
stealing
our best
both of
option.
those.
I am
It's
a
an 18
ranger.
strength save. I mean, it's not like it's.
Can I steal his soul?
Yeah, sure. Ask Talon to take a whack at it.
I have to within 10 feet. So it wouldn't even help.
is
And also-
Earthbind what you're going to try?
I can also
What
fog
else the
cloud
fuck do we
around
have?
him for 40 feet to kind of
Oh!
block his.
look,
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
Velen,
dragons can see through.
dude. He's a shape changer, right? Can we cast Moonbeam on him if you and I do it at the same time?
But it would turn him into his original form, and I'm pretty sure that's the dragon.
Yeah.
Like if he was
Oh,
a
yeah.
person,
Yeah, I was like, can we
I
force
think
him to
Earth-
turn into a
I think
person? Is my thought.
Earthbind
Could we
is the
force him
best
to turn
option.
into a person?
You could
What I want,
polymorph
everybody
him if any of us could polymorph.
I used to, and I can't anymore. So I'm not that kind
I
of
would
He's got
either-
legendary resistances. Like
I mean,
Yeah.
slow's not going to stop him.
No, we gotta distract him,
The
basically.
fog cloud is a good idea.
Yeah,
The fog cloud.
might
I
be
mean,
able
the
to
other
see.
thing. The other
No,
thing is that
you
like
can't, True sight, you can't see through heavily obscured.
I
And it would
can
be zapping him
turn.
with little lightning bolts.
Message
My
him.
only
the arcana this.
My only other thought was like, I can turn into shit, and I have pretty good deception. Like, if we can
Not
think
gonna
of,
use
if we can
breath.
think of,
He's drawing in a
we can
breath
think-
right now.
if we can think of something to make him hesitate, like, I'm sorry, I don't have a lot. Like,
I
don't
don't
know.
have
Send him a message
fuck
and tell
all,
him,
so I get it.
don't do it. River's right there.
I think
What?
Earthbind's the best option. Fog Cloud is a
I think
riskier
Earthbind
one.
is a good option. Yeah.
Sure.
Cast,
Like what else?
cast
can I do?
Earthbind.
Roll me a spellcasting check.
Oh my god, you got
That's
this.
just my
already.
spell attack.
Yeah.
Okay. 25.
Oh, that's pretty
That's
good.
pretty good.
25. As Turiax draws in the breath, what does your Earthbind look like?
So as he sees it, it comes out. I have magic, lightning just flickering around my hands, and I like clasp my hands together, and all you see is lightning rope tie around him, and like pin his wings into him. It almost looks like it like ropes around, spirals around, and just pins the wings down.
Yes. Snaps.
wizard shit, wizard shit.
Wizard
Okay.
versus lizard.
With a
You're a wizard.
25, you startle Turiax. He is caught off guard. As he draws in the breath, he begins to exhale it, and you see this horrid green plume of gas begin to emit from his nostrils and the sides of his mouth as he rears his head down, looking down at the hobgoblin camp. And then the lightning chains wrap up around him, and he just... and the green plume careens up into the sky as he drops 60 feet immediately. And as he winds back down, his head turning towards you, looking down at your party, you hear, "Kill them or she dies."
I knew it!
And that is where we're going to stop tonight's
Oh
session.
my god. I was worried that was gonna happen. Yeah.
He's got her on hand, like...
I'm
He's
sure she's
absolutely
in the bag.
100%. He's got her in that bag. Percent.
If it makes you feel better, his flying speed is reduced to 0, and he safely descends at 60 feet per round until he touches the ground.
And there's a wing trap.
Somewhere.
And we've got a million hobgoblins.
Yo, she's
Maybe not
on
a
the
million.
ride of her life right now. She's just on the
Oh my
back of
God.
this dragon. Fucking sack is flapping in the wind.
No!
As we come to the end of the session,
Oh my god.
a lot happened today. Well played,
Yeah.
guys. Hope you guys had a good time.
Oh,
Before-
Jesus Christ.
That was actually evil.
I was
No.
like,
Yeah.
what? What?
The whole session was just Hellfrog experiencing emotions.
That's how it
A
goes
lot of
sometimes.
things.
All
Yeah.
right. Before we get anywhere else, we must give another opportunity for our players to earn a point of inspiration. We're going to start at the top with Dooch. Who did something that you liked?
Oh, I liked a lot of Gideon's just reactions and like instincts to just immediately go and help, and how he was trying to contain himself when he found out like that she was taken, and the kick of the chair into like just the regain composure, try to keep it cool.
100%.
Next, Hellfrog.
I am going to vote for Miss Velen because I and Gideon both appreciated that she took it upon herself to tell Tana what was happening and to enlist her, and she summarized it better than I could have, and I was just like, oh way.
All right. Pen.
Gideon, the whole, like, all of his, like, emotions are so clear and so palpable. I really hope this works out for our guy.
No, do not perceive him.
It's been a rough go for him.
Remembered Orison.
Honorable mention to Gideon for mentioned, but I do want to actually give it to Dude for that very clutch Earthbind, and for having a plan, and also just like, I don't know how this is going to go, and it's possible because we won the challenge, maybe dragon fight on our hands, but like either way, I think it is very cool that he got another really big wizard lead today, even is
Even
sacrificing
with, like, zero
his
thoughts.
he's sacrificing his efficiency in battle. I
Did you fall
appreciate
out
it.
of his chair.
I'm gonna miss the ball.
It just looked like you're just
Also,
on the
also
floor.
Artion Maleficel was played.
It was funny. He was so chill all season. He's like,
A very good
Would
con-
be really cool right about now.
very good contrast.
Last but not least, Sal.
I'm also going to vote for Gideon and his trauma this episode. I feel like it was very clear. I also loved the chair getting kicked. And the fact that we surprised Echo by looking for Lily, just all of it, just very good. I mean, there was a lot of good shit this episode from everyone, but I think it was definitely Gideon's day.
All right.
Love it.
Hellfrog,
Yeah.
you've earned the player's vote for inspiration. Well done.
Yay!
my God.
Thank you all for playing with me. I hope it wasn't too painful. And to those of you who are at home or at work watching, hi Pen, hi class, hi Emily, hi everybody. We love you all, and I wish you a good night.